In a world filled with ancient magic, a powerful dragon readies to unleash chaos as a demon descends, casting judgment from above and igniting the sunset sky. Darkness spreads as a formidable demon army prepares to unleash chaos, their fierce red eyes reflecting the dread in the air. After the human representatives' uprising, they face total defeat. Warriors in armor clash against powerful foes, their struggle evident. The demon queen, with red hair flowing and wings spread wide, embodies absolute power in a world of darkness. In the battle's aftermath, a character holds a staff while a figure looms in the shadows, contemplating the fallen, embodying tension and anticipation. A character, wearing an ornate hat, warns Elizabeth not to assume the future is on their side, insisting a legendary hero will eventually defeat her. In a tense moment, a character in a long robe is struck, while another in a dark suit lunges forward, creating a dramatic impact. Mr. Barlow learns that the king demands obedience without question. Vis Malfoy confidently stands over a fallen figure, radiating authority. He lamented his foolishness, feeling he wasted time raising him as a legendary hero, betrayed by humanity's nature. Exasperated, he declared that if someone missed their father so much, he would send them to him, with a monstrous transformation looming behind. Feeling defiant, he urged her to stop while she menaced him with a dark presence behind her. A terrifying demonic character looms over him, and he lies in fear, caught in a vulnerable moment amidst shifting dark colors. He kneels before her, questioning her claim about the future being on their side after his defeat. She demands that he tell her everything in detail, exuding dominance with her fierce appearance as the demon queen, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, the imposing demon queen, asserts that she will make him feel pain akin to death, her crimson eyes reflecting her dominance. The character, filled with despair, recalls that the legendary hero's arrival signals the end for demons, while he declares his unwavering resolve, holding the holy sword high. Her red eyes shine brightly with fierce determination, hinting at the inner turmoil and power she possesses. The hero stands before the radiant sword, wondering if they can wield this powerful weapon to confront the challenges ahead. He reaches for the radiant sword with a fierce grip, its mesmerizing glow hinting at the power within as he considers the battles ahead. With a curious gaze, she remarks that it's interesting, while her companion stands nearby, observing the dramatic landscape bathed in light. She said she would wait for him there, her red eyes shining. Reign of Elizabeth, Year 1, depicts warriors marching with a well-dressed character, ready to assert their dominance. Reign of Elizabeth, Year 2, shows warriors alongside a commanding character, approaching a fortress ready for battle. Year 3 features a grand fortress with dramatic architecture against a blue background, suggesting unfolding events. Inside the fortress, a wolf-like warrior confronts two knights, with his breath visible in the cold air, and the word, Year, above them. A leaf drifts down to the fortress gate in the snowy courtyard, emphasizing the passage of time with the word, Year, above. A courtyard celebration marks Elizabeth's 15-year reign with colorful confetti and figures gathering under bright lights. In a busy street, a green-skinned character expresses concern to a muscular figure about an event impacting their day, implying attendance is necessary. The Demon King's rule abolished old laws, allowing peaceful coexistence among races and warning of a legendary alliance threatening heroes and the world. In the throne room, a powerful character sits while various races gather, discussing the threat to their world. A character with pink hair and horns reclines on a luxurious couch, asking for news about a legendary hero. An elf named Tvia informs the king that the elves have searched the forests without success, while the dwarf Hedgeminger mentions the challenges in gathering information. Aristotle, the minister of humanity, comments that even if the hero appears, his strength alone is not enough to win. Aristotle notes the newcomer's arrival and recalls the legendary warrior, expressing his hope for the hero's return. A demon speaks of studying ancient magic and combat arts. Mugol, the minister of the orc race, cautions that if Her Majesty wishes, she could destroy the entire continent with ease. An elven woman with golden hair shows frustration towards Barlow, insisting that by following Her Majesty, they will defeat the hero. A character in sandals steps forward, calling for the removal of heroes, reflecting a deep commitment. With narrowed eyes, he murmurs about Barlow, his tone filled with curiosity and skepticism. He marched through the hall with a sign stating, "Down with the heroes." He voiced his support for the Demon King against the legendary hero, Episker. He unleashed an attack with pink energy, exclaiming, "Slice," in a display of power. A man was hit forcefully, his face revealing shock and determination as pink energy surrounded him, highlighting the moment's intensity. A demoness with red hair and horns demanded an explanation of the prophecy, asking about the hero's whereabouts, while a young man stood in swirling pink energy. A distressed man, tears on his face, lamented his inability to know when the object would exceed prophecy's understanding, addressing the demoness respectfully. Nervously, he told the demoness it was unwise to trust prophecies and assured her he was working on new research. Suddenly struck, his eyes widened in shock, realizing the danger as a strong force hit him from behind. She commanded his disappearance, her imposing presence accentuated by flowing red hair, as the atmosphere filled with tension. He pleaded for forgiveness, wiping his face in despair as dirt marred his appearance, revealing the depth of his emotions. He attacked with intensity, launching a pink strike while shouting an insult, demonstrating determination and aggression in battle. Standing barefoot, he wore colorful pink shorts with flowers, as a slight tension filled the air. She proclaimed herself the queen at the world's peak, awaiting the hero destined to confront her, eager to advance toward her glory. She devoted herself to studying ancient magical texts and, after extensive effort, crafted divine magic in anticipation of the hero's challenge. With intense red eyes and striking pink hair styled in whimsical rolls, she anxiously searched and demanded to know his whereabouts. A magnificent golden sword stood proudly on its pedestal, drawing attention with its intricate design and powerful aura. The demoness, with vibrant red hair and wings, held the golden sword and declared that since he wouldn't come to her, she would take action herself. In a tense scene, a furious character with horns addressed a group, with one pleading against proceeding, while another insisted on their authority. A shadowy character with horns fiercely declared her intention to find him, unleashing a powerful attack surrounded by swirling pink energy. The enraged figure with red eyes and horns, her hair flowing, expressed determination as she prepared for a powerful confrontation. The character with wild red hair and glowing eyes unleashed a powerful attack, striking with determination amidst chaotic energy. With determination, she called for help, realizing the demon queen's attempt to seize the holy sword amid the swirling energy. In a burst of vibrant energy, beams of light illuminated the battle zone, as the intense struggle for dominance continued below. A fierce character stood confidently with red wings unfurled, wielding a sword amidst swirling smoke, exuding power. She smirked, tauntingly questioning if only a legendary hero could save him, her red wings and armor glowing menacingly. A fierce red eye pierced through vibrant colors, reflecting danger as the landscape warped under a dramatic sky. Vibrant colors erupted across the landscape, with a lone silhouette in the distance, creating a tense energy. Colors enveloped the scene, highlighting a quaint house at the center, surrounded by scattered materials and powerful energy. The mischievous demoness smirked, her crimson hair framing sharp features, teasing about his hiding place. With a fierce expression, a cloaked figure raised a gloved hand surrounded by swirling magic, symbolizing abyss magic power. With determination, he shouted, "Queen," as a red teleportation circle enveloped the demon figure, showcasing her power. Desperately, he pleaded for permission to continue serving, extending his hand amid a glow of tension. With a trembling hand, he reached for the vibrant red hair, captivated by its beauty and the ominous atmosphere. His clenched fist radiated energy, red lines swirling around, capturing the tense moment. He urgently called to Queen Elizabeth, his expression marked by desperation, as he raised his hand towards her against a dramatic backdrop. A quaint village named Novichkov appeared in the sky, emerging from lush green fields surrounded by clouds, creating a peaceful setting. A character, under a large hat, wiped sweat from his brow, looking contemplative against a bright background, caught in reflection. The hero, with a cheerful grin and a hoe in hand, reflected on the peace farming brings, standing against a vibrant landscape. Lai Pin, an office worker, shared his mundane existence, disinterested in anime or games, finding joy only in watching videos during his commute. Lai Pin, holding a smartphone displaying a scenic view, contemplated how to help others choose different options. He held a smartphone, captivated by marinated bamboo shoots in a colorful broth, visualizing the cooking process about to unfold. Lai Pin, holding his phone, suggested the rabbit might have heat stroke and proposed taking it to the river for relief. With a charming smile, he reflected on his desire for freedom, saying it would be wonderful to live like that. Holding a gun, he gazes at the dragons above, feeling a surge of exhilaration in the moment. Sweaty and nervous, he clutches a sword, questioning how he ended up in this world and pondering what happened. Guided by a beginner's survival system, he learns new skills, feeling healthier than his previous office life, and wonders if this is the life he envisioned. Looking puzzled, he questions why he should leave now that everything seems perfect, as a message welcomes him, noting the completion of beginner training and urging him to start his adventure. Leaving the novice village, he encounters various people to learn sword and magic skills, aiming to become a legendary hero to defeat the Demon Queen and begin his adventure. He hesitates, questioning if he truly needs to defeat the Demon Kings, considering continuing his life in this world instead. He refuses, feeling conflicted about the mission to kill the Demon King, contemplating enjoying his life instead. A glowing hourglass with chains symbolizes the temporary barrier, concealing the village from novice players, granting them 4 additional hours. A farmer digs, earning points for his efforts, while he senses anxiety under the bright sun. He aims his bow at a rabbit, determined as points accumulate, confidently declaring his intent to hunt. He meditates, surrounded by glowing screens, contemplating the ideal place for beginners, his future, and a home. A gasp of surprise escapes him as he realizes the system has malfunctioned, leaving him in a vast green field under a bright blue sky. Admiring the field, he exclaims, "Magnificent," while wearing a wide-brimmed hat and holding a staff. He declares his hunger, mentioning he has worked all day and is as hungry as a wolf, holding a straw hat. Observing the dwindling firewood, he decides to gather more, planning for a cozy evening. He recalls leaving the axe in the forest and feels anxious, realizing he needs it for chopping wood, while the weapon glimmers above. Dark clouds swirl as jagged lightning strikes, creating a tense atmosphere. As the dark clouds twist above, he gazes upward, questioning the ominous presence while the words, "Darkness descends," echo around. Shock fills his eyes as he exclaims, "It can't be, can it?" with vibrant colors swirling around him. With swirling red energy, she rises elegantly, her expression fierce and determined, as vibrant colors clash around her. She confidently states she has found him, the legendary hero, with her crimson wings and horns enhancing her presence against the twilight sky. Her wide eyes show surprise and determination, as she considers her next move with her crimson hair framing her face. In panic, he runs away, eyes wide with fear, shouting about something unexpected flying at him, and worrying about his clothes and dried fish. A character with red hair and devilish horns observes someone walking below from above a quaint house, silently contemplating. Relieved, he holds up the collected fish, thinking he arrived just in time to prevent them from spoiling. The mechanical companion, Vankai, confidently showcases its robotic features with glowing eyes against the vibrant backdrop. He tells Vankai to stop, mentioning the approaching rain, urging the mechanical companion to hurry home with him in the changing landscape. With determination, he holds a small object while Vankai playfully scurries away across the vibrant, grassy field. Looking up with curiosity, he softly calls out, "Hey," his casual outfit and the blue sky enhancing his relaxed demeanor. He stands puzzled, asking Vankai about the mysterious figure in the sky as dark clouds swirl ominously, tension building around them. She, dressed in vivid red with horns and wings, challenges him on his audacity to speak to her in such a manner. He raises his hands defensively, apologizes for his mistake, and nervously asks why she would be in such a perilous location. With a sly grin, she proposes they investigate further, summoning a flickering spell with her elegant hand. A fierce creature with a threatening red claw appears, ready to attack as golden sparks fly and tension fills the air. As beams of light streak across the sky, he appears confused, questioning their conversation, unaware of the danger above. During an intense struggle, he grits his teeth, feeling overwhelmed by a strong grip while trying to break free. In a striking landscape, she confidently stands with crimson hair and wings, softly questioning with a simple, "Oh," as the atmosphere shifts. With determination, he releases an arrow that arcs through the air, leaving trails of energy over the grassy terrain. He holds the ornate sword firmly, its intricate design and shimmering gem reflecting his resolve and readiness for battle. Startled, he shields his eyes while gripping the ornate sword tightly, its golden accents shining against the vibrant blue backdrop. He firmly holds his ornate sword, its golden glow in stark contrast to his casual attire against the vibrant blue background. He expresses surprise about the sudden appearance of golden weapons in his hands, excitement evident against the bright blue setting. In confusion, he questions the situation, his expression a mix of worry and surprise against the bright backdrop. She wonders if acknowledging the holy sword is a mistake, questioning if her allure is insufficient to surpass ordinary soldiers. She asks if he can conceal his true power. Elizabeth, the most powerful demon queen, declares her intention to destroy him, her dark wings and glowing magic circle accentuating her strength. He panics, exclaiming about the demon queen's unexpected arrival, feeling trapped and frightened, grips his sword tightly. He urgently tells the small, robotic dog to stop provoking the demon queen, holding his sword tightly as tension escalates. With sword in hand, he stands courageously as the dark magic of the abyss surrounds him, 3 glowing pink symbols hover above. A powerful attack is unleashed, glowing rings spin in the air as dark energy envelopes him, showcasing the intensity of his magic. He gazes intensely, realizing the absurdity of being a mere swordsman and magician in a world of legendary heroes, while the system notes a hero's encounter with a demon queen. He stands by a fallen sword with a small robotic companion nearby, realizing there's nothing left to discuss in this place. In a grassy field, he stands with a fallen sword beside him and a small robotic companion making beeping noises, acknowledging that there's nothing more to discuss. He walks confidently toward a glowing portal, contemplating his choices, while his small companion curiously asks how he plans to take control of his fate. While standing by a door, he smirks and ponders his future prospects, considering that he should be pleased with what lies ahead. He stands at the door with a smirk, reflecting on his past experiences and wishing to transform into something new with the house. In surprise, he questions what the boy intended with his smile, as a pink-haired girl watches, visibly annoyed. Challenging her, he smirks and urges her to show everything she's capable of, while a thought lingers about Elizabeth witnessing it all. She calls him an incredible idiot in disbelief, her red hair and horns emphasizing her fierce expression against the vibrant, mystical backdrop. He shouts, "Die," as red energy surges toward the quaint house in the background, dark forces swirling around. With glowing eyes and an expressive mouth, the small robot reacts in surprise as bright blue symbols flash across its display. A massive explosion of purple lightning descends from the dark sky, with a lone tree standing resilient against the overwhelming energy. A small robotic character with glowing red eyes looks ahead, prepared to face the next challenge as calculations conclude. Adjusting its focus, a robotic character moves a large mechanical arm with urgency, signaling an important operation. Entering combat mode, the robotic character launches a massive missile, showcasing a moment of decisive action. Explosions illuminate the dark space with bright orange and yellow blasts, as chaos unfolds in the battle. A massive machine unleashes powerful energy blasts into the air, lighting up the sky with vivid colors amidst the chaos. A small futuristic robot scuttles across the grass, its glowing blue eyes and design conveying curiosity. With a smirk, an enchanting demoness remarks that the legendary hero dares to look at her, hinting he's interested in her magical device. The demoness confidently declares no one can compare to her, exuding power amid swirling colors and shadows. Powerful magic gathers, with vibrant pink and purple hues swirling ominously in the sky, suggesting an impending apocalypse. With a confident smirk, she expressed her lack of interest in continuing the investigation, ready to end it. The sky, infused with vibrant pink hues, signaled a transformative change across the land. A sleek robotic character displayed fluctuating red numbers on its screen, suggesting advanced technology and enigmatic functions. A charming robotic character announced the completion of calculations, its glowing red eyes reflecting a lively demeanor. A dynamic robot, with glowing red eyes, prepared to launch a mysterious energy sphere against a colorful space backdrop. The animated robot readied itself to unleash a swirling energy attack, surrounded by vibrant colors. The dynamic robot harnessed its power, creating a swirling energy attack amidst vivid colors. She confidently declared the futility of the situation, her long pink hair flowing, surrounded by vibrant energy. In a flash of bright purple energy, he reacted with surprise, exclaiming loudly. Amidst swirling purple energy, she commanded the quantum black hole to vanish with the Earth, her expression resolute. Amidst a cosmic vortex, she realizes the portal is about to unleash energy into the sky. She contemplates her divine magic, understanding its impact on her journey. With realization, she notes something was destroyed, her red hair framing her expression. Surrounded by a green yard and rustic buildings, he questions what just happened. He observes an old window, noting the warm yellow light suggesting life inside the silent building. He lies in bed, smiling, inviting his friend and declaring readiness for what comes next. A small creature stares as a horned, winged figure approaches, commanding confidently. A character with pink hair and pointed ears gazes thoughtfully, displaying confidence and contemplation. A menacing robotic creature with glowing red eyes stands ready for action against a vibrant background. She laughs, her crimson armor gleaming, red hair tumbling down, embodying power and mischief. She realized she had underestimated him, her red eyes reflecting her newfound understanding. A massive red claw, with sharp talons, extended as the character prepared for action. She warned against overconfidence, stating she had only used a third of her power, her red claw ready. Surrounded by purple energy, she declared her intention to reveal true horror, exuding power and confidence. Dressed in striking pink, she stood defiantly, glowing with purple energy, commanding attention. An explosion rocked the landscape, sending pink and blue beams into the sky, creating chaotic energy. He lay peacefully in bed, a thought bubble above him showed his serene slumber. An hour later was indicated. Upon waking, he rubbed his eyes, confused, wondering if he had died, a thought bubble asking, "Am I dead?" Sunlight filled a cozy living room, casting shadows over a pillow-filled couch, framed art adorning the walls. He questioned aloud if he was still at home, his surprise contrasting with the vibrant blue background. He whispered for silence, gripping the handle tightly as he stepped forward, sweat trickling down his face in anticipation. At the door, he declared that the demon queen wouldn't wait, likening her to a maniac. Cautiously, he peeked through the slightly open door, sensing something unusual. Engulfed by swirling clouds above, he stood still while anticipation filled the vibrant sky. She unleashed dark energy, displaying power and confidence, as a small creature buzzed anxiously beside her, feeling the moment's intensity. The creature, resembling a broken robot with a cracked screen and red spikes, emitted intense energy, surrounded by jagged lines of distress. He shouted "Ubankai," facing a formidable creature with red wings and a fierce stance amid swirling clouds. With striking red wings and powerful presence, the fierce creature stood tall, ready for battle. With fierce red hair and imposing horns, she declared regret, destroying the magical device he valued. Concerned, he asked if they could sit and talk, showing a mix of apprehension and determination. She ominously declared her intent, while he lamented his unfortunate circumstances, realizing this might be his inevitable fate. A determined dark character plunged through the clouds, leaving a trail of vibrant light as he observed from above. Surprised, he called out, asking if she was okay, his concern highlighted by the vibrant blue background. He supported her while captivated by the striking beauty of the red-haired demon with horns and a commanding presence. The red-haired demon stood fiercely as dark liquid splattered around her, embodying power and an unyielding presence. Surprised, he stammered, asking what they were doing as he held the pink-haired girl close amid a colorful background. In shock, he gaped upward as a splash of crimson cascaded down, surrounded by a dazzling backdrop. Under a moonlit sky, a vigilant owl perched on a branch, its sharp eyes scanning the starry night. An alarm clock stood on a bedside table in a softly lit room, its hands frozen at 1 o'clock. In a cozy bedroom, a girl with flowing red hair lay on a bed, her expression filled with surprise and worry. In a dimly lit room, the demon queen lay on a bed, reflecting on her defeat. He restrained her hands instead of using her for leverage, displaying his power as she sat defiantly. Mystical energy surged around her bound hands, illustrating her strength despite being restrained. Her hands glowed with fierce energy, and the restraints crackled, showing her determination to break free. She pondered a legendary item she had never seen, as a tear fell down her cheek. Sitting on the bed, she contemplated the hidden power he possessed. A large red orb was prominently displayed, accompanied by a chess knight, hinting at strategic challenges. A stack of illustrated cards rested nearby, depicting characters from different angles, suggesting unfolding stories. With striking red hair, the character reflected on unusual events, realizing the hero's cunning. He entered the room with a plate of food, asking about her recovery. She calmly warned him that if he intended to kill her, he should go ahead, stating she wouldn't plead for mercy as the demon queen. He nervously asked if they could talk, wearing a hopeful smile. She sat with vibrant red hair cascading down, a tense expression on her face, gripping her hands tightly, lost in thought. He appeared with a cheerful grin, carrying 2 plates of food, joking about the importance of wristbands and teasing about someone's scariness. With surprise, he clarified his intention to compliment someone's strength, looking slightly flustered while gesturing amusingly. She sat puzzled, glancing back, her long red hair framing her curious face against a backdrop of soft yellow polka dots. He gave a friendly wave and grinned, considering a misunderstanding he intended to discuss with someone soon. With a mischievous grin, he raised his hands, pondering whether she believed he was strong enough to face the challenge. He declared with wild eyes that if she wanted to live, she must fulfill all his requests. Confronting him with striking red hair and fierce eyes, she questioned if he dared threaten the demon queen. She tightly grips her belt, preparing for the confrontation that accentuates her presence. He, with a sly grin, claims he has removed his wristbands to show he has no ill intentions and asks her to talk. With frustration clear on his face, he admits being in a tough position and notes that only powerful individuals know when to relent. Looking shocked, he hears a suggestion to rest first, while a girl with pink hair sits calmly on the bed, seemingly unaffected. He confidently reveals his curiosity about why he didn't kill the demon queen while she was unconscious. He expresses frustration, questioning why he couldn't kill the demon queen while she was unconscious, emphasizing the difficulty of fighting demons and asserting he can't eliminate them quickly. He gestures with assurance, stating that resolving the conflict between the hero and the queen requires avoiding killing or combat. He asserts confidently that if he can convince her he poses no threat and can be her friend, he will live happily. He laughs heartily while she feels annoyed and frustrated, thinking he's getting on her nerves. He reaches out to touch the cracked helmet with concern, feeling the vulnerability of the character it protects. He inspected the blue character, frowning, and remarked that Van Kai has turned into trash. She questioned the authenticity of the strange item before her, doubting it was the strongest magical device. He smirked and pondered his creation, wondering about other magical devices, admitting it was made out of boredom. With a confident smirk, he revealed his plan to use immense magical power to recover instantly after liberation. She approached with intensity, apologizing for breaking his item and emanating a powerful aura, indicating her immense magical strength. He assured there was nothing to worry about as he carefully attached the memory card to the small blue character, confirming the memory remained intact. He sensed the perfect opportunity to escape his father, facing a legendary hero amidst the fiery apocalypse, realizing it couldn't be fixed. He reached toward the door panel, ready to uncover hidden secrets as curious eyes peeked through a nearby gap. He smiled confidently, assuring he was prepared, with no need for concern, while robotic figures stood silently in the background. She expressed surprise, her hands glowing with power, as red flames flickered around her, questioning the situation with wide eyes. He gently touches the small blue robot, its face blank. He presses a button, causing the robot's eyes to flash with light. He finds it more enjoyable with his companion, but often ignores him, preferring the robot. He grins, revealing sharp teeth, as the robot beeps excitedly. She sits up in bed, disbelief and concern on her face, declaring it's impossible. She whispers, "Huh," showing her doubt. She curiously asks about the smell, her red hair and sharp features standing out. He mentions her loss of consciousness and says he prepared food to warm her up. He made a bowl of porridge and dumplings, both warm. She claims only the weak need food, insisting she has surpassed such needs. Her red hair framed her face as she smirked, exuding confidence and letting out a soft laugh. She sat on the edge of the bed with a playful grin, enjoying the comfort of her cozy room as her red hair cascaded down. He confidently suggested resolving any conflict with delicious food made from natural ingredients, encouraging everyone to try it. She expertly prepared the dish, her red hair shimmering as she skillfully handled the spoon, showcasing her culinary skills. She savored the delicious treat with a blissful expression, her red hair framing her focused face as joy reflected in her eyes. She focused intensely on a glowing object held delicately in her hand, her red hair cascading around her with a serious expression. He pondered whether the Demon King would judge the village novice's cooking skills, his face showing concern. She speared a glowing dumpling with excitement, preparing to taste its deliciousness. She picked up a glowing dumpling with anticipation, ready to savor its delightful flavor. She savored the dumpling with a pleased expression, enjoying the natural flavors and high concentration of magical energy with every bite. She savored the dumpling, confessing that even as the demon queen, she couldn't resist its final bite. Her vibrant red hair cascaded down as she appeared deep in thought, her expression hinting at unspoken depths. With her red hair framing her face, she stared intensely, her red eyes wide in shock as if witnessing something unbelievable. Her vibrant red hair subtly caught the light as she focused, her red eye gleaming with a hidden strength. As blue energy erupted, she gasped, feeling the overwhelming power, the brightness intensifying the scene. She shut her eyes, overwhelmed, with sweat glistening on her skin and her red hair framing her flushed face. Sharp pain made her wince and sit up, her long red hair cascading around, revealing vulnerability. Sitting on the bed's edge, her long red hair flowing, she demanded to know what he added, her discomfort clear. He covered his mouth with trembling hands, fearing that the Demon King couldn't endure the island. She realized he was plotting, that this place was only for his experiments. He suggested trying something new, pointing decisively, in a room filled with anticipation. He explained that rice porridge with fish and lean meat enhances flavors and balances spiciness, gesturing animatedly above the pot. She admitted her confusion, feeling both intrigued and irritated by someone who teases and then resists, finding it uncomfortable. He stood uncertainly while she sat on the bed in a large shirt, glancing at him with curiosity and annoyance. She delicately held a spoon with golden syrup, her expression revealing excitement and anticipation as she prepared to taste. She cautiously brought the spoon closer, her focus intense and eyes wide, showcasing her surprise and determination for an unexpected moment. She floated gracefully among the clouds, her long red hair flowing behind her, embodying serene beauty against the sky. She gazed with closed eyes, feeling blissful, as a drop of water caused ripples in the pool beneath her. She floated among vibrant clouds, her hair flowing like flames, reflecting on the struggle between the Demon King and the hero, feeling indifferent. She released everything, embracing a carefree existence, realizing her newfound freedom while floating among sparkling clouds. She floated among the clouds, embracing her newfound freedom in the vast sky. Feeling small amidst the soft clouds, she contemplated her place in the immense sky. Elizabeth, the three-star demon queen, meditated surrounded by lights, embarking on a new journey. Amazed, he thanked someone for transporting him to a different world, feeling his power grow under two stimuli. She confronted him, demanding to know his true desires while he sat surprised by her intense gaze. He smiled, scratching his head, and asked how demon kings and heroes could coexist. Finally, he revealed his intentions, stating only one being in this world suited his research, urging her to help him grow stronger. He held her in his massive hand, urging her to assist with his dark research. He smiled playfully, promising to continue preparing delicious food for her. She glared, declaring the knight could be killed but not dishonored, asserting her title as the Demon Queen. He proposed to help her become stronger, anticipating the moment she would impress him. She assured him she wouldn't forget, her confidence evident as her red hair framed her face. He worriedly asked if she still intended to kill him, a bead of sweat forming on his forehead. She demanded his attention, standing confidently in a long shirt, her red hair cascading down while he looked at her in surprise. She agreed to his terms, stating her desire for strength was not from fear but ambition. He fretted about fear, noting he had the potential for great power and could achieve his goals. Determined, he vowed not to bow down, promising to uphold his dignity. She threatened to erase him, displaying her fierce resolve. Relieved, he acknowledged he understood and suggested they continue with the plan. With tension clear, she felt a bead of sweat as her pink eyes glinted with determination. With determination, she urged him to proceed if he intended to conduct research. Playfully, she declared she wanted any remaining tasty items, to which he agreed, saying, "All right." In the village, a sword gleamed beside a stump while shadows flickered in the window, hinting at mystery. To be continued. A lush landscape under a bright sky appeared, marked, a year later, suggesting time and change. He brandished his sword with determination, striking the stump and sending splinters flying with intense focus. Fiercely determined, he swung his sword at the stump, splinters scattering as he concentrated on his task. Conflicted, he pondered the complex situation since the Demon King's invasion shattered the recruit's barrier. Raising his arms, he struggled with a dilemma as the barrier opened to wild inhabitants. As he observed, nearby monsters seemed more complex than expected, blending into the vibrant scene. He stood ready, gripping a massive sword, prepared for battle, determination clear in his stance. He pondered the influence of demon kings that made others hesitant, wondering if it would change once she touched the tree. In the village, he called for Lupin to hurry with lunch, frustrated by the delay. Looking anxious, he reassured someone that he was on his way. Smiling with a drop of sweat on his brow, he expressed the need to protect her as the atmosphere shifted. She watched the screen, nibbling on a snack, captivated by the emotional scene of the woman before her. Lounging on the couch, she licked her finger, snacking and expressing frustration about her inability to create something new in the system. Grinning, he announced the system had vanished and suggested they go eat, carrying a steaming bowl. Munching nervously on chips, she mentioned she'd be right there, lounging comfortably on the couch. With a flick of her finger, bright pink energy spiraled into the air, revealing a vibrant dragon-like emblem. Floating in mid-air with excitement, she held a snack while he stood at the table, observing her with surprise and curiosity. She glared at him, holding a chip, questioning why he believed adding them would be beneficial. The more she consumed, the lazier she felt. She realized the tasty food concealed a poison designed to weaken and destroy her. She vowed to prevent it from succeeding. He stood at the kitchen counter, wearing bear-themed gloves, and cautioned that these high-calorie snacks could lead to weight gain if consumed excessively. She glanced down, curious about the word BEC, while playfully pinching her belly with a slight smile. A mystical aura enveloped her as she unveiled her magic, capturing his attention. He gasped at her striking presence. A radiant character with long red hair transformed, embodying powerful magic as she demonstrated the transformation of negative attribute, captivating everyone with her ethereal beauty. She stepped forward gracefully, her long red hair flowing, explaining that all the fat in her body had been transformed into magic. He looked on in disbelief, contemplating the surprising potential of magic and its possible uses. She smirked at him, teasing about his failed trap, while he acknowledged her victory and proposed they eat. She expressed her enthusiasm for the meal, holding her utensils, and suggested they begin. She advised him not to rush as she enjoyed her meal, playfully offering him some food. He mentioned he could cook more if needed, feeling as if he had been with the royal demon for a long time. She wondered about his comment, casually chewing on a straw, her red hair contrasting against the dark background. He warned her of her weakness, holding a small pig doll, his glowing eyes adding to the intense atmosphere. She declared she would bring dessert, frustrated as she sat at the table with food and a spoon. She demanded more respect, frustrated by her significant power increase over the past year. He held a dessert plate and teased Elizabeth, saying it was her favorite pudding. Her eyes sparkled with excitement, amazed and joyful at the unexpected surprise. He looked at the dessert, a cherry-topped jelly on a creamy base, excited by the treat. She exclaimed joyfully, asking for it immediately, her expression and wings showing her eagerness as she hovered above the table. He thought it wasn't difficult to handle her, especially since good food could calm her down. With sweat on his forehead, he stared intensely as a boot stomped on the grass beneath the bright sky. While sprinting across the landscape, an older man expressed surprise as a determined woman pulled him forward, both aware of the urgency to escape. A cloaked character in deep purple moved forward with eerie speed, as an older man watched, worried about the approaching threat. Wearing a skeletal mask, the cloaked character lunged forward, emanating an unsettling aura, moving with speed and precision. The cloaked character, with a skeletal mask, unleashed energy, embodying rupture of space as dark tendrils emerged from their presence. Vibrant blue energy erupted from above, and the elderly man with white hair looked on in shock at the chaotic sky rupture. Surrounded by ethereal blue light, two figures holding hands seemed to transcend reality, embodying unity amidst the cosmic swirl. A figure swiftly shouted and vibrant energy surged, cutting through the dark, starry backdrop. A determined old man with wild white hair gazed fiercely as dynamic streaks of purple and blue surged past, indicating an impending power release. A fierce battle unfolded as the characters, ready to confront their foe, prepared to unleash their skills against the looming trap of claws. An elderly warrior, clutching a massive sword, stands resolute beside a determined knight, both ready to face an unseen threat. The elderly warrior, with a determined gaze, instructs Ilir to run to the city for safety, preparing to hold back the impending danger. With tears in her eyes, the warrior insists she cannot abandon him, her voice trembling as darkness looms around them. He sternly declares that he promised her mother to protect her no matter what, his eyes reflecting determination amidst a blue-lit background. Amidst swirling colorful flames, a shadowy character reaches out, unleashing a mystical energy known as phantom flames in a captivating display. Determined, the old man shouts he needs to swiftly end this with a powerful technique, gripping his weapon tightly amidst a tense atmosphere. With a heroic strike, the character unleashes a colorful wave of energy, showcasing determination and strength, as vibrant patterns swirl around him. A powerful strike unleashes a dazzling wave of energy, while two shadowy figures confront each other, their expressions intense and mysterious. As he looks up, a dark figure descends from above, surrounded by an eerie blue glow. Confusion fills his thoughts as he mutters a questioning sound. A character extends his hand, surrounded by swirling dark tendrils, revealing a mask. The sky fills with an aura of mystery. The character with a mask speaks in a chilling tone, as dark energy envelopes him. With a dual-masked face, the character unleashes energy, calling out, "Sklik," as dark energies wrap around him. He vowed not to abandon his father as a radiant arrow of nature illuminated the scene. Glowing energy swirled around him as the hooded figure questioned, "Huh?" while preparing for an attack. With determination, he warned that he couldn't handle the apostles of the dark abyss and urged her to leave. A sinister character in a purple cape loomed, its glowing blue limbs contrasting with the dark atmosphere, radiating unsettling energy. A swift, dark character darted across the landscape, sending debris flying with great speed. A shadowed figure, with blue hues, shouted, "Hey," as a cloaked character looked up with concern. A swift attack erupted as a blue-cloaked character unleashed energy, sending sharp shards through vibrant, swirling colors. A fierce blast of green energy collides with swirling colors and sharp shards, filling the air with intensity. A battle-hardened man gasps, his eyes wide in shock and pain, as blood spills from his mouth, highlighting his dire situation. A girl with striking green eyes exclaims, "Papa." Her face, streaked with dirt and tears, reflects her desperation. With a grim look, he urged someone not to worry about him and to leave quickly, while sitting against a pile of rocks. A dark figure cloaked in purple and black strides forward ominously, exuding a powerful presence. A dark figure in a flowing purple cloak faces upward, holding a mask tightly against their chest as swirling blue mist surrounds them, enhancing their ominous aura. A towering character in glowing blue armor calls out a name with authority, while another character watches in awe from a rocky perch. A frightened character clings to a girl with long hair, pleading for the release of his father, showing vulnerability in their rugged surroundings. A monstrous creature with a bluish, slimy surface glares ferociously, its wide-open mouth revealing darkness within, evoking terror. With wide, terrified eyes, she realizes her fate and whispers, "I will die." As ominous darkness looms closer, he unleashes a powerful blue energy blast, striking the target and sending debris flying with explosive impact. She assists him, her aura glowing as they prepare to confront the oncoming storm, ready for the challenge. She stares ahead with determination, while her ally, shocked, reacts with urgency, prepared to face the danger. He focuses intensely, facing the danger as a colossal creature with powerful antlers looms behind him under the bright sky. A massive, foggy character looms over a distant temple, with a delicate bell nearby, hinting at a revelation. A wise, yellow-feathered character in a flowing robe holds a staff, echoing thoughts of eternal life with a solemn kva against an intricate red pattern background. The wise yellow creature with green eyes contemplates danger, asking his brother how to handle the relentless humans, emphasizing urgency with a solemn kva. The wise yellow creature looks down at a tiny character before a small house on its head, feeling the situation's weight. The blue robot warns against harming the creatures, stating he will take them to their owner for a decision on their fate. A girl with long blonde hair frowns slightly, her cheeks flushed and a bead of sweat trickling down, showing her mix of embarrassment and determination. She exclaimed in fear about the monster, her wide eyes reflecting shock as she clutched the sheets tightly. She sat on the bed, calm yet thoughtful, immersed in her thoughts while the soft light filled the room. Standing in the unfamiliar room, she felt confused, searching for her father and wondering about this strange place. She panicked, recalling his serious injury and worrying about the consequences if he didn't receive treatment soon. He hurriedly tore at his clothing while glancing down nervously, aware of the sound of metal striking the wooden floor. Running urgently, her long hair flowed behind her as she called out for her dad, dashing through the room. As she approached a bright doorway, she called out urgently, her long hair shimmering and her expression filled with determination. He flexed his impressive muscles proudly, shining with vitality, while she watched in surprise and questioned his strength. Proudly displaying his muscles, she looked on in surprise. He commented that training is essential for a warrior. He excitedly exclaimed about the existence of a warrior class in this world, smiling with evident enthusiasm. Robots buzzed around a man, announcing their presence as they circled his feet in the grass. She powered up with determination, her vibrant red hair swirling as energy crackled around her. With swift movements, she dodged the attacks, her pink slippers bouncing as energy blasts missed her. She confronted him, demanding to know who instructed him to bring in all the trash, her pink hair framing her determined expression. A small blue robot moved through the grass, its round eyes glowing faintly. Someone poked another's shirt with a gloved hand, seeking attention against a bright blue background. He stood in awe, commenting on the impressive muscles of an older man, contrasting with his own demeanor. Confidently, he flexed his muscles, declaring he wouldn't hide them if the lady liked them. He exuded power, his muscular form bursting through the seams, as the label, 100%. Blazing warrior spirit, hovered around him. He grinned widely, excited, while a muscular man flexed dramatically, surrounded by energy fragments. She asked her father about his actions, curious about his motives. He flexed his muscles playfully, and she wondered if he had come to his senses. He admitted to being at a loss for words, while another character listened closely. She declared they should leave as two characters, one amused and the other surprised, stood nearby. She warned the other, her red hair contrasting against the swirling background, as the armored character listened. Two characters stood closely, one with vibrant red hair and the other in a sleek outfit, creating tension. A red-haired character towered over a nervous girl, asserting her claim of being there first. He suggested going inside to talk since guests rarely visited, as the red-haired girl stood confidently. A stream of liquid filled a cup, creating anticipation in the tranquil scene. An elderly man apologized for the lack of better offerings, presenting his homemade barley tea to the intrigued trio. She inquired if the glowing vial was the magical potion her father had mentioned, the one that would heal her upon drinking it. He laughed, stating he had only filled their kettle with cold well water, his carefree attitude illuminating the room. Intrigued by his weakness, she questioned what kind of experiment he intended. Her confident demeanor sharply contrasted with his apprehension. Reflecting on his past, he remembered the event despite losing consciousness at the time. In a vast field, he cautiously swung his tool, focusing on his task as he noticed a character approaching from afar. He poured water from a pot on the injured man while a character and a girl observed. Suddenly, a strong energy erupted from the elderly man. Concerned, the elderly man told the girl that without Mr. Lai Pin's help, he feared he would never see his daughter again. Intrigued by the valuable drink, the girl wondered if they could truly indulge in it. Enjoying the conversation, he said it was always a pleasure to talk with them, laughing cheerfully. He expressed gratitude to Mr. Lin, while the blonde girl sat nearby, sipping her drink, captivated by the conversation. His eyes widened in shock alongside the blonde girl, both sharing a moment of realization. They stood astonished, bright lights illuminating their faces, cups in hand, absorbing the scene around them. As the sun set, birds flew gracefully across the sky while golden grass swayed in the warm light. Two figures, a muscular man and a graceful woman in white robes, lay peacefully in a radiant burst of golden light. A muscular man with silver hair lay among golden leaves, his expression serene, embraced by nature. Golden eagles soared through a vibrant sky, leaving sparkling trails, embodying freedom and grace, with birds in mesmerizing flight. Under a golden sky, a wise elder with a white beard and a serene young woman lay amidst golden grass, deep in thought. Amidst swirling golden light, two ethereal figures in white gowns stood together, lost in their reflections and the glowing atmosphere. A shimmering golden backdrop featured delicate patterns, enchanting the viewer, as soft light enveloped a mysterious figure in silhouette. He confidently strode forward, the radiant background announcing his transition from a 3-star to a 4-star archmage. Illic claims their magic level has increased, and the elf notes her awakened elven blood, causing sharper ears. After experiencing another world, the old man says nothing else matters, while the elf appears thoughtful beside him. He smiles and asks if he can pour more for her, holding a kettle, dressed casually with a key necklace. He insists it's enough, concerned Mr. Lupin doesn't need disturbances, showing worry about their situation. He agrees, recalling his plan to provide drinks and snacks, but worries about retrieving them from the Demon King. She sips her drink with an orange slice, warning him not to think about anything else. He apologizes, admitting he has nothing to offer, looking down in a mix of disappointment and vulnerability. Two characters sit at a table, visibly annoyed, with a grumpy older man and a frustrated girl, tension building. In a bright room, a girl in red asks a grumpy older man, "By the way, Uncle Bears, why did they attack you?" as another character looks on curiously. An elder man with a gruff expression and grey beard explains it's due to the elven blood in Ilif's body. Ilif shared that his mother, an elf, fell for his father, but elven laws forbade their union. He asked if the elves were trying to capture him. Ilif expressed surprise that the marriage ban was lifted after the Demon Queen united the world, while drinking. Ilif recounted that after his mother was forced to return to the Holy Land, he took his daughter and hid. He revealed that the elves discovered them and sent people to capture them, likening their story to Romeo and Juliet. He angrily stated that his wife's sacrifice made them targets for the Dark Guild sent by the elves. Ilif expressed concern about the Dark Guild and Demon Realm's involvement, while she drank calmly. She demanded clarification, as he apologized and expressed regret. She inquired about the hidden origins of elves in the Demon Kingdom and their pursuit. He urgently disclosed that the Dark Guild experiments on humans, attempting to resurrect Elizabeth, the Demon Queen. She mentioned that elves are among the resources utilized by the Dark Guild, indicating that even she, despite her awakened blood, had become their target. He inquired if she would still deny it, even as they called her by name, while she sat beside him, appearing serious with her arms crossed. She cautioned him against assuming her ignorance, as he looked surprised and clutched his cloak under her intense gaze. She stated that he had been present for a long time, while he sat casually with his hands together. Near them, an older man quietly advised against interrupting. She observed that significant changes had taken place over the year and questioned who informed them that the Demon Queen was dead. He expressed disbelief, noting that nothing had been heard about the Demon Queen for 500 years. If she were alive, she would have returned to rule sooner. He was taken aback, exclaiming that Elizabeth had lived for over 500 years, while she, with red hair, asked how she had died. The records indicated that Elizabeth, the Demon Queen, was slain by a legendary hero, which surprised and concerned her red-haired companion. An older man revealed that the battle lasted a month, ending with the legendary hero sacrificing himself to save the continent from the Demon Queen. With determination, she questioned how they dared to challenge her. She faced the scene with a chilling expression, questioning the world's nature. The answer was evident: pure cruelty and slaughter. She declared the rumors false, her red hair framing a face of determined defiance. A muscular man with blue hair and an eerie smile, alongside a green-haired elf, shouted with excitement. He confidently stated his legendary hero status, agreeing with her perspective, his eyes sparkling with excitement. In disbelief, he shouted, "What?" while she mirrored his shock, both characters animated against a vibrant background. Surprised, he murmured, "AOHA." As surprise flickered in his golden eyes, illuminated by the dim backdrop. He spoke of the Demon Queen, Elizabeth, while covering his face in disbelief, shocked and concerned. In shock, he faced the chaos as blood splattered everywhere, overwhelmed by information. Wincing in agony, blood oozed from his mouth, feeling defeated and confused amidst a chaotic backdrop. She gasped for breath, bubbles escaping her lips, her expression a mix of fear and determination against the colorful backdrop. She focused intently, her resolve evident against a vibrant background. He grinned wickedly, announcing that the Demon Queen was trapped, his laughter echoing. Frustrated shouts of "enough" filled the room as each character voiced impatience and concern. She stated firmly that she would no longer entertain them, as two characters nearby appeared concerned and restless. She passionately conveyed her understanding, realizing he had gone too far in undermining her. He watched in shock as the door swung open, light and energy bursting forth. Breathing heavily, the old man, with sweat on his brow, conveyed urgency and concern. The old man apologized to Mr. Lin for the interruption, asking about their next steps. With tension visible, he clenched his fist on his knee against a swirling blue background. Distressed, he admitted ignorance and suggested calming down, reflecting on chaos caused by a shattered time barrier. The serene night sky, painted in blue, showcases a crescent moon, bright among the clouds. In a dimly lit room, one character sleeps under white blankets, while another bed stays empty, highlighting solitude. In the same space, a character ponders unexpected betrayals, as another dismisses comparisons as foolish, creating tension. In darkness, she questions why their master would harm them if his intention was to save them, her voice barely audible. He reflects on how they inadvertently helped him gain power, fearing they might choose to kill him. He steps forward urgently as the impact is marked by bold letters stating, "Step," signifying the moment's importance. In shadows, he smirks, questioning why they remain awake, his glowing blue outline adding an ominous touch. He gazes wide-eyed, panic in his expression as excitement and fear intertwine, shadows deepening. Grinning, he holds a deck of cards, suggesting they play if they aren't asleep. He appears bewildered, sweating and wide-eyed, asking if they can play cards. A candle flickers in the dim light, casting a warm glow in the darkness. In the dimly lit room, a character cloaked in shadows questions if the rules are clear to the attentive listeners. With a stern gaze, he explains that, as the elder mentioned, Lord Pei Jin has arranged a trial to determine their fate. With a playful smile, he announces that he will deal the cards, showing a mischievous side amidst the tense group. With long hair and a serene expression, she whispers calmly amid the unfolding events. With curiosity, she asks Lord Lei Pin about the name of the game, sensing the ominous aura from the cards. Surprised, he gasps, his eyes wide with shock, standing in the shadow-filled room. Surprised, he contemplates with a furrowed brow, while she wonders if anyone understands their situation. Excited, he proposes naming it, The Battle with the Dragon, his eyes sparkling as he holds up a craft tool. Excitedly, he suggests the name, The Battle with the Dragon, while another character reacts with shock, both showing disbelief with wide eyes. She stood in shock, her pink hair and red eyes wide, exclaiming about the battle with the dragon, while sensing tension and fear. She observed in disbelief, pink hair framing her face as she questioned his next move, contrasting with the tense atmosphere in the dim room. He smirked confidently, proposing that two weak characters should unite to confront the dragon, shadows cast by the dim light. They discussed roles as hero and dragon, serious expressions lit by a warm glow, deciding who would take on each part. Anxiety gripped her, while he expressed concern amid whispers of testing, their serious expressions merging with the colorful aura. With a smirk, he claimed to have dealt the cards, advising careful choices, his mischievous demeanor contrasting with the ominous mood. His mischievous grin urged them to examine their cards, a playful glint in his eyes adding excitement to the tense setting. He firmly warned Ilya not to waver, instructing him to take the cards, his serious look lighting the dim room. She gasped, hands sparking with energy as fear darkened the glowing cave around her. Distress filled him as he realized his magic drained away after taking the card, sweat glistening on his face against the glowing backdrop. She apologized softly, her features highlighted by the vivid colors around her. He urged her to trust him, his presence emphasized by the warm light. He asked who wanted to be a dragon, showing his cards, suggesting he had a good mix despite not having the strongest ones. She admitted her lack of interest, while he confidently refused, holding his impressive hand of cards. He showed his hand, asserting his strong position as the game's tension increased. He thought victory was certain if he filled one more square and got 2 aces. He playfully asked if they were sure they didn't want any, as the girl and the muscular man waited with snacks. He decided not to hold back, showing his glowing cards as he sat confidently on the floor. His fingers moved deliberately over the vibrant cards, signaling excitement and confidence. He sat cross-legged, shuffling his cards confidently, while the older man watched the game with interest. He pointed at the two cards displayed, the 8 and 10 of spades, as the game's tension increased. Expressing frustration, he uttered a Russian curse, feeling a mix of disappointment and urgency as the colors around him changed. Feeling guilty, she held a taco and asked if Mr. Lee was upset about their game, while he watched with concern. Determined, he stated he wanted first dibs, and the other two remained seated, awaiting their turns. He wondered if they could pass the trial. The man with white hair expressed determination, assuring they couldn't give up. Feeling panic, his eyes widened with disbelief, as the exclamation mark emphasized his shock. Gripping the cards tightly, he felt the weight of his choices, aware that each move required a sacrifice of life energy. He shouted a challenge, holding cards confidently while energy sparked at his fingertips, ready for a dangerous game. She called for her father, astonished, holding a card as shadows loomed in the dimly lit room. He insisted he was fine, telling her to leave it to him as he gazed intently, shadows highlighting the lines on his face. She hesitated, holding snacks, expressing her uncertainty about missing something significant. He considered the upcoming dance, feeling anxious yet determined while holding a snack. He expressed relief and camaraderie, smiling and saying he planned to skip the event too. He sat on the floor, shocked, holding cards, and exclaimed in disbelief in Russian. Sitting cross-legged with cards, he casually responded, "No," when the elderly man questioned his intentions of leaving. He played reluctantly, while the old man, determined, believed he needed to escape from his cards quickly. He studied his cards, realizing the old man called the combination the Flying Dragon. He winced, understanding the more cards he drew, the higher the cost. He released powerful energy, forming a blue dragon, casting an eerie glow as the air intensified. Both characters, eyes wide, expressed disbelief while holding their cards, surprised by the unexpected turn of events. A fierce dragon with glowing turquoise scales emerges, releasing a powerful roar that electrifies the atmosphere. The dragon unleashes an energy beam toward a character below, witnessed by two small, shocked creatures. A girl with vibrant pink hair floats calmly, surrounded by an eerie glow in a dimly lit room. A powerful blue aura envelopes him as he realizes activating a card combination unleashes an attack. He gasped, realizing he had insulted a legendary hero, fearing it might be his end. He stuttered, fumbling with the cards as blue flames surrounded him, startled by the presence. He admired the performance, expressing approval with a simple, "Well played," his eyes showing engagement. He spoke intensely to Mr. Lei Ping, indicating urgency, while the light cast shadows on his face. He smiled mischievously, extended his hand, and encouraged them to proceed. He examined the card intently, a faint smile forming as he muttered, "All right," his concentrated expression highlighted by the dim light. He sat in a dimly lit room, sweat on his arms, and whispered about having a three of a kind while holding cards. She, sitting in shadows, looked worried, holding a card and deciding to pass. She watched him anxiously as he announced it was his turn, showing a handful of cards with a grin. In the dimness, he said there was nothing to fight about, and she agreed, sitting in a tense circle. With a sly grin, he softly laughed, showing cards and declaring, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, ballet, come on. A vortex of blue energy engulfed the characters, who sat anxiously, while waves crashed nearby. A giant wave formed ominously, and an anxious character yelled to hold on tight, conveying urgency. A character, eyes wide with fear, called to her father, pleading for help amid the swirling waves. Amid the waters, two characters struggled, gasping for air and flailing, creating bubbles as they fought the depths. In a dimly lit space, she exclaimed in frustration, feeling overwhelmed, while he sat beside her, visibly struggling to cope. In a mystical setting, he confidently decides to proceed with the trio and pair, cards in hand, surrounded by glowing energy. In an ethereal realm, he leads a chariot with glowing horses, while a warrior brandishes a sword, ready for adventure. In a dim space, a young woman offers a cone, while an older man insists he has nothing to hit, pleading for them to stop. She, with an intense look, declares her move while holding a fan of cards, her green hair flowing against a swirling blue backdrop. He panics, exclaiming that she will pay with her life force, his expression terrified under the bright blue light. Determined, she insists she cannot hide forever and wants to protect her father too, while holding a hand of cards. Sitting on the ground, she gazes at the glowing cards, revealing a three-of-a-kind, her expression focused and intense as she prepares for the next move. A glowing character, resembling a warrior, stares intensely as ethereal chariots race through the dark abyss, creating a spectacle of light and motion. A powerful explosion erupts in dazzling blue light, startling the two characters who stand in awe, their expressions shocked and filled with wonder. A ghostly blue chariot pulled by two spectral horses hovers in the sky, leaving the characters in awe of its mystical appearance. An older man, illuminated by a warm orange light, expressed disbelief about Ilif's condition, gesturing with concern. She reassured him of her well-being, maintaining calmness despite the dim surroundings, contrasting with his worried demeanor. He stressed the importance of protecting friends and developing one's own cards, emphasizing determination as crucial, while also expressing surprise at their swift progress. He questioned determination's role, raising a glowing hand for emphasis, and surveyed his surroundings intently. Holding a few playing cards, he wore a slight smile, acknowledging that it was already too late. He and a young woman were surprised, with her asking, "Mr. Lupin," both showing curiosity and concern. A small, red-haired girl with pointy ears said it felt ominous, her intense gaze signaling her worry, which made him uneasy. Sitting cross-legged, surrounded by orange light, he glanced at the card, a look of surprise crossing his face. Under a vast, glowing blue aura, they contemplated the meaning of the words, "pair of jokers," displayed above them. Vivid colors swirled as a towering figure with striking crystalline features mesmerized the onlookers, casting a surreal glow over the scene. A clown in colorful attire and haunting features moves forward, casting a glow in the dark space around him. In dim lighting, three characters sit close, interacting tensely with their devices amidst a blue ambience. A small girl with red hair and pointed ears wonders about the summons, her expression tense in the blue glow. A towering clown with a red nose, labeled High Joker, Demon Level, looms as a character stares in fear. The clown, known as High Joker, Demon Level, reaches with a smile, while a character below gasps in terror. The clown with a red nose and blue skin stares intensely, grinning as chaos brews behind. A girl with red hair soars upward, bat-like wings spread, lightning crackling in the dark sky. The clown grins and asks what they're staring at, surrounded by a colorful haze. In a swirl of colors, he holds a glowing sword, its blade infused with red and green energy. A clown wields a dagger, warning others, his appearance radiating sinister energy. She declared herself queen to someone above, her vibrant hair glowing with magical intensity. She apologized to Ilif, admitting her lack of strength. He regretted, insisting it was his fault for her condition. He gasped, feeling his life force rapidly draining, declaring its swift disappearance. Under a cosmic glow, he nervously asked if everything was fine. She reassured him, though he worried about his injuries. Under the cosmic glow, he expressed concern over his injuries. His bright eyes contrasted with the surreal background, revealing his inner turmoil. He revealed a winning hand, with vibrant colors and intricate designs illustrating the game's intensity. He thought about how he could have won, believing he had the upper hand until realizing his recovery was hindered. He noticed his glowing blue hands shuffling patterned cards, focused on the task. A swirling, vibrant abyss erupted above them, radiating intense colors as they stared in awe at the chaotic energy. He held a stack of cards tightly, the orange glow emphasizing his determination for the next move. He encouraged them to relax, mentioning the fun they had. He apologized for the interruption, standing wearily in the dim room, filled with tension. She found it hard to comprehend the legendary hero, while he was surprised they were still alive. With intense red eyes, she voiced her struggle to understand the legendary hero, realizing he was amazed at their survival. With a fierce look and glowing red hair, she shouted that her game with the little people was a ploy against the Demon Queen. A bird flies over a colorful landscape, showing a quaint home amid wooden structures and soft grass, suggesting peaceful village life. A confident character asked Burse if they could stay longer, mentioning the fruits were nearly ripe, while companions stood in a lively field. A character urged Li Pin not to worry, reminding him of the favor received, while another advised not to take matters too seriously. She reassured him that they wouldn't speak ill of him after the meeting, and he noted the valuable gifts given. He explained with a smile that it was just regular egg tea, nothing special, while running his hand through his hair. He accepted a keepsake from the elder, who mentioned it was a gift to remember his grandfather. Holding a deck of cards with a bright orange design, he anticipated what lay ahead. Staring in amazement at the colorful sky, he asked, "What is this?" In a resigned tone, he suggested they could take them away as shadows surrounded him. Feeling anxious, he confessed he was a useless player, doubting his ability to help. She noticed his troubled expression when he said, "Hey," revealing his internal conflict. Sweat formed on his forehead as he looked at the sky, urgency in his demeanor. His pink hair and pointed ears stood out as he urged others to leave with determination. Her vibrant pink hair framed her face as she called for speed, showing her determination. A close-up highlighted her lips, hinting at unspoken words, set in a vivid atmosphere. A solitary character stands against the turquoise sea, waves crashing and clouds moving across the bright sky. The wind rustles the grass as he turns to her, saying goodbye. Her red hair shines as she watches him depart. He waves slightly, saying goodbye, his dark hair contrasting with the blue background. Reflecting with determination, he decides to prepare something grand for the great queen as she softly replies, "Yes." He runs frantically, following her command to escape as she urges him, "Let's go, let's go." She pleads for a pause, panic visible as she runs, feeling overwhelmed. He gasps in surprise, planting his boot on the ground, the grass swaying below. Expressing concern, he recalls trials by a legendary hero and threats from demon kings. He kneels beside a blonde girl, both fearful, as a red-haired woman stands before them, ominously saying, "Last night." The red-haired woman stands menacingly, wearing horned armor and wielding a glowing sword radiating power. The blonde-haired elf and the older character stand in shock, fear evident as they hold their throats in disbelief. The blonde elf stands quietly, fingers brushing her lips, a tear slipping from her closed eyes, surrounded by swirling colors reflecting her inner turmoil. A striking elf in crimson armor commands others to leave, warning them against sharing information about the legendary hero and demon king. The elder, with silver hair and muscular build, acknowledges the royal beside the blonde elf, affirming, "Yes, your majesty." She warns that even a thought of disobedience will lead to dire consequences. She observes that the place feels familiar, capturing her father's attention as he considers their shared history. He stands in the open field, deep in thought, as the wind tousles his white hair, feeling a sense of nostalgia. He questions his distance, exclaiming if he had really fled so far, while a friend stands nearby in the vibrant field. He reflects on returning home, ensuring no one disturbs his master and that woman again, standing alone on a rock under the vast sky. He watches as the old man and a woman hurry off, their mysterious companion following, wondering about the surprising adventures they may encounter next. He notices the apostles of the Dark Guild lingering as two characters survey the scene, considering future challenges. He warns of impending danger, predicting high-ranking demons will arrive soon, urging everyone to leave immediately. The small robot excitedly comments on something approaching, asking, "What's coming over there?" showing curiosity under the bright sky. With excitement, the small robot humorously suggests it's better to face something new than to deal with the evil woman again, expressing eagerness. In a vibrant setting, a character expertly navigates a glowing portal, preparing a precise strike with a brilliant blue energy blade. A surreal scene unfolds as a character with an intricately designed face mask stands defiantly, observing shadowy figures against a vibrant sky. A fearsome character with a brightly colored, muscular build and a menacing grin asks, "Say," as shadows gather around. Two eerie figures in purple cloaks and masks approach, with one ominously asking, "Goo goo," as a shadowy presence looms. The old man gasps in shock, recognizing the figure before him as the great apostle, his eyes wide with disbelief. She, surprised, with wide green eyes, asks if the figure is indeed the great apostle. He displayed sharp teeth with a red scarf and dark attire, representing the great apostle of the dark abyss, level, spirit of the great demon. Three cloaked figures, apostles of the dark abyss, level, spirits of the demon, wore eerie masks to hide their intentions. Two cloaked figures, also apostles of the dark abyss, level, spirits of the demon, concealed their identities with haunting masks. The author identifies Burz Maki, a warrior, and Eli Maki, noting the immense size of these apostles from other worlds. An elderly man, glowing with energy, stressed the importance of strategy in card games, recalling his past as a brave warrior. A cloaked figure created a powerful energy wave, casting a blue light spectacle with swift movements. A skull figure appeared, its eerie blue hue evident, with a sweat droplet signifying fear or surprise. A man confronted a woman, recalling taking her from her mother in the elven realm amid a tense atmosphere. A man expressed regret over past decisions, asserting that facing challenges together could change their future, recalling the day he brought her from the elven realm. He extended a hand with 4 playing cards, their energy shimmering, highlighting the excitement of the game. He looked up, determined, surrounded by glowing green energy, with the title above him, highlighting the game's stakes. Care, the god of arrows, appeared gracefully within swirling green energy, capturing attention with her ethereal presence. Amidst a mystical green haze, Care stood tall, her divine aura radiating power, as a character below hesitantly called out, "Mama?" The old man, with a fierce expression, unleashed a burst of green energy, shouting for everyone to play their cards. She, determined, drew back a shimmering green energy bow, ready to release her power amidst a vibrant, mystical glow. He, with fierce intensity, prepared to charge, his mechanical eye gleaming as he shouted, "Go," amidst a whirlwind of vibrant colors. With a wicked grin, he released a powerful blast of energy from his hand, illuminating the dark background with an electric green glow. A cunning expression on his face, he exclaimed, "Say," while channeling vibrant green energy between his hands, lighting the dark surroundings. He smirked, revealing a hand of cards with the 4 of spades and 4 of hearts, the atmosphere filled with anticipation. She stood tall, eyes closed, serene, as vibrant green energy surrounded her, exuding a powerful and magical aura. She called out to her father with determination, while a man knelt before her, tense amidst swirling dust and energy. He realized it was time for a class change, understanding the key element needed to unlock the true power of the cards. At that moment, a new class emerged on the continent, a card master, signaling the end of the journey, with "to be continued" ahead. Under a bright sky, slices of watermelon rested invitingly on a table, leaves fluttering gently around them. A character's words in the background hinted at future events. Beneath a sprawling tree, a character sat alone at a table, gazing thoughtfully toward a charming house as the sky's colors transitioned above. He enjoyed a juicy slice of watermelon, reflecting on his remarkable success in the magical world, feeling satisfaction and newfound confidence. While enjoying a slice of watermelon, he pondered that sharing joy amplifies happiness, feeling a slight emptiness without someone to share it with. A powerful demon king loomed above, while a brave warrior and an elf prepared to face him, embodying hope against darkness in their vibrant armor. Initially, he believed that being a sorcerer would suffice, but encountering the outside world made him yearn for more. People often change their opinions, sometimes becoming weak and forgetful. A loud explosion suddenly erupted nearby, startling the man sitting calmly at the table, who watched in surprise. She sat comfortably in a chair, sipping a drink, and asked him why he seemed troubled. He mentioned wanting to explore the outside world, but felt too weak and forgotten. She decided to leave and proposed they embark on an adventure together, suggesting their world was unmatched. He was surprised and asked if it was true, while confidently showing a colorful watermelon on the table. With a smirk, she held a straw between her lips, exuding mystery and confidence as she prepared for her next move. Her long crimson hair and relaxed posture complemented her glass as she urged him to stop talking and get changed. He stood with clenched fists and a key necklace, wearing an orange jacket, his determined posture indicating an adventure ahead. She admired her skills, noting they were impressive and ready for the challenge before her. He adjusted his stance as she confidently stated that showcasing her skills was her forte, ready for any challenge. A small robotic cat with glowing eyes eagerly exclaimed, "Woof," against a vibrant blue background, ready for action. A hand creates a swirling blue portal, expressing awe and anticipation. He suggests using it to reach the nearest city, and she finds the idea convenient. As she approaches the glowing portal, her pink hair flows, and he follows with anticipation, their small companion by his side. He asks Elizabeth to wait, indicating he has questions as she stands near the portal with vibrant pink hair. After exiting the portal, he requests Elizabeth not to leave him behind and asks if she can manage her emotions. He warns Elizabeth not to leave without his approval, advising her to control herself and not use magic recklessly, as it might spoil his enjoyment. He questions her ability to see, surprised, while his red hair stands out against the dark background. He inquires if she will return to him after their journey, his worried expression indicating concerns about their safety. She asserts that the outside world won't matter until she overcomes him, the villain, with the portal shimmering behind her. He expresses surprise, asking, "Oh, really?" while standing confidently, his cheerful demeanor contrasting with the vibrant background. She insisted that he agree to fulfill her request, her red eyes and vibrant hair accentuating the moment's intensity. With a nervous smile, he wondered what favor she might ask as he stepped forward. He looked at her with anticipation as she leaned in, asking if he could do something for her upon their return. She invited him to have fruit pudding with a soft smile. Surprised, he questioned, pudding, while gazing at the sky, his dark hair swaying in the breeze. With confidence, she stood with long pink hair, questioning if there was a problem amidst the swirling blue portal. He exclaimed excitedly, "Oh, no, no. Let's go," while wearing an orange jacket and carrying a backpack, surrounded by fluffy clouds. A blue portal swirled around a pair of legs and a backpack as a surprised animal watched with wide eyes. A blue portal spun in the air as a small animal barked, startled by the strange sight. He squinted against the bright blue portal above, shielding his eyes in preparation for the unexpected. He expressed surprise, his eyes wide, reflecting the blue sky and the grand castle above the colorful rooftops. In the market square, vibrant stalls were busy, surrounded by intricately designed buildings under a cheerful sky. In Boster, two characters looked down at colorful rooftops amidst greenery, contemplating the peaceful atmosphere of the neutral territory. In a lively town, a blue-skinned giant walked with an armored companion, sharing a light moment, while another character lingered in the background. He told her the place was incredible, like a different world, as they walked through the vibrant town. He pointed out to Elizabeth an equipment shop ahead, while knights stood watch nearby. He noticed ingredients for sale, wondering about the pork's uniqueness. He observed the bustling market, surrounded by vendors and townsfolk, as two muscular men marched confidently through the crowds. She thought about how 500 years passed with little change, her pink hair flowing in the breeze. He smiled, reassuring her it wasn't as bad as Burke described, while she walked beside him, her pink hair flowing elegantly. She stated that during her reign, she laid a solid foundation, her pink hair flowing as she stood confidently in a stylish, cropped top. Gesturing confidently, she discussed the constant conflicts she encountered, claiming her strength subdued all enemies and established her rules. She declared that the true saviors of the world were not the so-called legendary heroes, but herself. Standing with striking red hair, she revealed an empty space where an unseen character once stood, highlighting her powerful presence. He expressed disbelief, questioning her indifference towards his past achievements. She stood nearby, her red hair vibrant against the colorful village backdrop. Two plush toys lay side by side on a soft surface, a white bunny with red eyes and a brown bear, both appearing attractive and inviting. He admired the finely sewn seams and inquired if his sister had crafted them, looking intrigued. He hesitated, offering a slight discount on the plush toys, smiling, and asked if they liked them. He angrily questioned who permitted a shop to open there, his large tusks emphasized in his fierce expression against the bright sky. Startled, the small character gasped as a giant frowned down at them, while a rabbit with red eyes seemed to mock the tense situation. A girl defended her choice, claiming her church would protect her band, while an imposing character questioned her decision to open a store in his territory. Anna and her sibling held a frightened boy, their expressions reflecting tension. A boy with silver hair flinched as a hand gripped his shoulder, increasing the tension around him. A boy with glasses clutched himself, staring in fear at a muscular character who questioned why they should pay for protection that was never provided. A burly, pig-like character declared that the street now belonged to his gang, insisting she must pay monthly rent starting last month for survival. A nervous character with large glasses warned that the church belonged to the monks and trouble would ensue upon their return. A furious character in an orange jacket confronted a nervous group, vowing to drive them away and destroy their decrepit church. The same furious character shouted, "Enough," emphasizing his determination in the confrontation. With icy blue eyes, a fierce character demanded an explanation, questioning the other's intentions with a mix of anger and confusion. With a hesitant gaze, he began explaining himself to curious onlookers, an orc, a cloaked figure, and a striking woman with long red hair. She warned him not to interfere in her matters, asking if he intended to associate with those people again. He pleaded for assistance, but she refused to stoop to his level. He gasped in surprise as she stood confidently with crossed arms, showing indifference. With irritation, he asked, "What do you want?" His intense glare showed impatience and authority. Frustrated, he stood with hands tangled in his hair, overwhelmed by the silent and tense crowd. Determined, he clenched his fists, energy pulses surrounding his hands, ready for action. He accused, yelling that the stubborn man was bullying a little girl and demanded her arrest. He stared at the crowd of shadowy figures, noting their blank expressions filled him with unease. Nervously, he observed the blue, faceless crowd, noticing one eating watermelon, heightening his unease. With a mischievous chuckle, he warned that no one would truly help, everyone here knows their group. He commented on her attire, suggesting she must be from the south, and nudged her to imply the girl next to her was unremarkable. He proposed discussing everything, mentioning he had goods in his backpack, and asked if they wanted him to share. He demanded they stop pretending to be tough and instructed them to take the girl to their gang and lock her up as the market buzzed with activity. He challenged anyone to silence him, asserting his determination with electric energy illuminating the dark surroundings. Under a vibrant pink sky, he stood defiantly among shadows, surrounded by allies, their resolve unyielding against the looming threat. With a puzzled expression, he commented on the sudden weather change, while the smaller character beside him seemed equally unsure. They looked up at the dark clouds with shock as ominous rumblings surrounded them. With worry on his face, he pleaded urgently not to proceed, warning it would destroy the entire city as lightning crackled ominously. With a cheeky grin, he urged her to jump in, suggesting she wouldn't need to fight against ordinary people. With determination, she agreed to help, stating she would do it only because he asked. With wide eyes, he expressed disbelief at his sister's magic. He looked up, wondering about the possibility of rain, his open hands showing his anticipation. Pointing at the two, he questioned their intention to help the orphans, sweat on his forehead as he wondered about his unease. He inquired about the cost of protection, showing concern against a vibrant backdrop. Confidently, he stated the price was 10 gold coins for 2 months, serious against the colorful buildings. He smirked, noting the noise about some coins, and teased about a fool. Teasing Elizabeth about her rumored wealth, he smirked, while she nonchalantly claimed she had so many gold coins, counting was difficult. He asked if she could wait, offering to sell vegetables and return, but she dismissed the idea, calling him foolish for suggesting a trade. She noted she hadn't brought them when visiting him, as his legs dangled in the background. A hefty man with pig-like features asked if the muscular character beside him had any money, with vibrant buildings behind them. He expressed concern, stating he had no gold coins but offered farm products as payment. He addressed the crowd, confidently asking if playing with him was a wise decision. The hefty character recoiled when a bag burst above, scattering coins in a chaotic scene. The menacing, pig-like character demanded to know the identity of the intruder as shadows loomed around. The intimidating, pig-like character narrowed his gaze, preparing to confront the mysterious intruder. He tightly held a black pouch, with golden objects visible, reflecting his excitement. He walked confidently with a sword by his side, preparing for an impending battle. He smirked upon recognizing a member of the Holy Sword Guild, agreeing to proceed as suggested. He warned the character that next time, separation wouldn't be as easy, while the crowd watched. He walked through the vibrant town, as the crowd parted in awe, approaching a mysterious warrior and a striking, dignified character. He thanked everyone, his wide glasses highlighting his uncertain demeanor against a warm golden backdrop. Holding out a bunch of bananas, he cheerfully expressed gratitude, wearing an orange jacket against a vibrant blue background. In shining armor, he confidently reassured others, stating it's just another day's work for him, set against a backdrop of quaint buildings. He smiled and asked if she could help him with something. Adjusting his large glasses, he eagerly asked how he could assist her. He suggested discussing matters elsewhere, believing it might resolve her financial concerns. With crossed arms and a dismissive look, she stated her lack of interest and proposed going with Lupin. He insisted they listen to him, claiming he could help, while she remained skeptical. With anticipation, he asked his sister Anya if she would join, as a young boy observed curiously. He informed his sister Anya and the young boy that they should go to the church, assuring them of his soon return. The character stands outside the pub, observing the sign of a frothy mug, hinting at the lively interior. Before entering, he advises everyone to remain close, his determined look indicating the challenge ahead. Inside the dimly lit room, various characters are either seated or standing, each absorbed in their own thoughts, creating an atmosphere of anticipation. A dog-like character, sitting at a table and holding a cup, appears deep in thought, while others are lost in their worlds. In the dim setting, a green-skinned man with sharp features leans towards a woman with red hair, inviting her to join their group. A confident man with black hair, wearing a key around his neck, walks beside a timid boy with glasses, both appearing intrigued. A girl with vibrant red hair and piercing red eyes shows deep emotion, a tear revealing her inner turmoil. With an intense stare, a girl with long red hair and a black top questions, "What did you say?" as a blue-skinned figure looks surprised. Two figures, one blue-skinned and the other with light hair, nervously sip from their mugs, sweat visible, indicating tension. A woman with striking red hair accuses a man of bringing her to a dull place and wasting her time. He exclaimed that they had finally arrived. He urged them to follow him into the room to avoid disturbances, while the others observed with curiosity and caution. He knocked loudly, signaling urgency, as his robotic hand gripped the doorknob. He returned with a bright smile, wearing impressive armor, and proudly announced his return. He returned in shining armor and was greeted by excited friends, who welcomed him joyfully and asked to join next time. He sheepishly admitted he forgot to mention his wives were in the room, smiling as hearts floated around him. He was shocked and wide-eyed, exclaiming, "Your wives?" A teapot poured tea into a delicate cup, creating small splashes against the saucer. A group gathered around a large table listened intently as one character introduced others, mixing curiosity and anticipation in their expressions. One character introduced Gasha, a shield warrior, while a delighted companion reacted with admiration and camaraderie. Lalyuk, an assassin, and Jelly, a mage, introduced themselves, both hinting at their unique skills and roles in the adventure. Gloria, an elven archer, sits at a table, captivating everyone. One character recalls meeting a girl of elven descent. An elven character with pink hair crosses her arms, expressing its time to leave and frustration over wasted time. She leans on her hand, bored, and asks the Lord about the woman, finding her behavior annoying. With piercing eyes, she questions the Lord about the Queen, suggesting there might be issues. Her sharp gaze comments on the Queen's self-perception as a ruler, questioning the Lord's view of her sanity. She observes the half-elf's ears with concern, questioning her intentions in this uncertain scenario. She warns that if he seeks trouble, he shouldn't later blame the Queen, her half-elf features adding tension to the atmosphere. He stares wide-eyed at her as she casually says, "Bot," both caught in unexpected tension. She exclaims excitedly, putting, while holding a shimmering cup, her bright red eyes sparkling. He expressed gratitude, stating he was prepared for the occasion, while she savored her treat with pink hair and an eager expression. He revealed their origins from a legendary and nameless clan, declaring his loyalty to the girl with pink hair, as others listened attentively. She found his behavior peculiar, noting he was a prince from a lineage unfamiliar to her. She smirked, confirming his name as Elizabeth, and remarked on his lineage's devotion to the Demon King, laughing lightly. He raised a finger thoughtfully, noting that since everything was new to her, the explanation should suffice to understand cultural differences. He suggested moving forward, inviting them to follow him to discuss treasures, mentioning an ancient bloodline with demonic power. He inquired about the treasure cave, while a red-haired girl looked intrigued and another adjusted his glasses, clearly absorbed in the conversation. He asked Anya if she knew anything about him while seated at a table, a cup before him, appearing curious. He explained to Anya that these rooms were magical places created by ancient people to conceal valuables. Anya comprehended. He shared that he had gathered extensive information about the dungeon, but to pass the barrier, they required 8 people. He acknowledged their desire to gather enough participants with their assistance, while his friend observed with curiosity. He counted quietly, concerned about whether he could bypass this. His round glasses highlighted his nervous look against a swirling backdrop. He questioned what was happening, pondering if they should be less eager about visiting the underground ruins. He felt anxious about the potential challenges of exploring the underground ruins but was still eager to go. He smiled and scratched his head, admitting his lack of familiarity with levels of magical power. He reassured everyone that a sufficient number of participants was needed for the battle, mentioning a reward of at least 10 gold coins. He enthusiastically mentioned that thousands of gold coins could resolve the church's financial troubles. Elizabeth suggested they assist him, while the surprised boy in an orange jacket questioned the necessity of solving such a major issue with diplomacy. Elizabeth gave the armored boy a curious look, and he calmly considered their next step. The character, with determination, held a glowing blue orb in both hands, ready to unleash its power, representing potential and magic. He looked at the glowing blue orb and mused about its potential as a crystal sphere. His gloved hand reached for the orb, pondering its immense magical power and its nature. He studied the orb's mysterious allure, seemingly ready to uncover its secrets. He asked about the significance of the number 8769, and his friend explained it measured magical power levels, indicating a demon's spirit strength. He stated his possession of 4 demon spirits and suggested they should better acquaint themselves due to their shared goal. With oversized glasses, he raised a delicate hand, showing curiosity as the adventure began. Gazing at the orb showing 300, he felt excited about its unknown power. She, with a sly smile, mentioned having more than 300 when she first changed classes, her eyes mischievous. Tears on his face, he lamented his inability to raise his magical power level. With hope, he asked for a chance, believing his years studying magic meant he shouldn't have low potential as a legendary hero. He confidently reached for the glowing orb on the table as 2 girls watched, curious and eager about his next move. Determined, he reached for the glowing orb on the table, surrounded by 4 others who were intrigued by his boldness and eagerly anticipated his next action. With a blend of curiosity and resolve, he reached for the glowing blue orb resting on the soft fabric, eager to uncover its mysteries. He expressed doubt at the unexpected challenge, exclaiming that even masters of the arts would not encounter such a thing. Frustrated, he wondered how someone devoted to farming could possess magical powers. Standing beside a barrel, he bent forward slightly, revealing a playful glimpse of his form, with a graphic symbolizing surprise or attention. Reflecting on his fate, he sighed, feeling destined to be a magician in this life. She questioned his abilities, asserting he couldn't be entirely useless. Confidently, he declared his skill at farming, his excitement contrasting with the fiery background illuminating his face. Enthusiastically showing off bananas he had recently gathered, he invited others to try them, while his bright orange jacket set a cheerful tone. She portrayed a typical villager from a remote area, while another character questioned if she was merely an ordinary servant. Encouraging Princess Elizabeth to try, she played, while a handsome character in armor observed their intriguing interaction. He urged Elizabeth to join them, as a cheerful girl with pink hair enjoyed the banter, her contentment clear in her expression. She demanded the girl accompany them, contemplating the absurdity of their supernatural antics while a boy looked on, puzzled. Extending her hand with luminescent energy, she captivated all who beheld her, shrouded in mystery. Amid vibrant energy, characters expressed urgency and fear, while a mysterious figure loomed in the background. With eyes wide in shock, he exclaimed that revealing the Demon King's episode would certainly cause an uproar. Hesitating, he called out to Elizabeth, surrounded by glowing energy that illuminated their serious expressions. She confidently stated she understood, her piercing gaze and pink hair radiating determination amidst a glowing backdrop. She rarely chose her path, so she decided to join them, her pink hair glowing as she concentrated on the swirling energy before her. The blue characters gathered around a table, each displaying surprise, while one, resembling a quirky dog, stood confidently in the center. A glowing blue orb was situated on a snowy surface, radiating energy as mysterious symbols illuminated its surface, captivating all who saw it. He expressed awe at the level 8768 of the demon spirit, likening it to that of his brother, the centaur. She expressed disbelief, questioning if the woman was truly a level 8764 demon spirit, while her companions looked on in astonishment. He relaxed, wiping sweat from his brow, a satisfied smile on his face as the cool blue background enhanced the moment's relief. He enthusiastically admired, stating that one truly deserved to be a prince. Joining them, he claimed, would significantly increase their chances of obtaining treasure. He inquired of his brother how they could reach the treasure, while a friend, anxious because it was his first time in the outside world, expressed a desire to learn more. The character named Jelly held a scroll while a man in armor acknowledged her with a respectful, "Yes, my lord." As she reached out, a spell for creating a teleportation scroll materialized above her, glowing with ethereal light. Mystical energy swirled around the figures as they channeled their powers, focused on summoning a radiant spell that illuminated the darkness. Two characters engage in a confrontation, showcasing their skills in an arena filled with swirling colors. He marvels at his powers and exclaims about the wonders of teleportation magic, surrounded by vibrant energy. Feeling dizzy, he adjusts his large glasses while his companion stands behind him in excitement. She strokes her chin thoughtfully, her bright red hair set against a backdrop of blue polka dots. He questions if the aura is real, his gaze intensified by the vibrant red of his hair. He declares they shouldn't waste time and suggests heading into the dungeon, his armored form reflecting blue shadows. She insists she doesn't want to go, urging Lei Pin to return home, as blue shadows encircle the group. He questions her about her actions, frustrated that she reconsidered at the last minute. She questions the efforts put into creating the teleportation scroll, emphasizing their dire situation, while her companion watches. He wonders who could stop him, his long red hair falling around him against the dark blue backdrop. He moves forward, his boot making a distinct sound as he prepares for what's ahead. He advises against arguing and requests her to listen. His calm presence contrasts with her striking red hair, creating a serious mood. He emphasizes the rarity of the opportunity, urging Elizabeth to embrace it. He pleads with Elizabeth to allow him to examine the situation, showing his sincere interest. He curiously inquires if Princess Elizabeth has observed anything, his large glasses highlighting his innocent curiosity. He discovers that a magical power similar to his own resides in the cave. The swirling energy around him adds to the mystery. As he reaches out, the cave's vibrant glow envelopes him, revealing a magical essence resonating with his spirit. He stands with his hands together, pleading, contemplating the mysterious magic akin to Elizabeth's power. He places a metallic hand on his shoulder, creating an intense moment under the moonlight's glow. He seeks forgiveness, gently holding the hand of the boy in the orange jacket, forming a connection in the mystical setting. He assured her confidently, promising protection from any danger, and extended his hand amidst a backdrop of roses. With striking red hair and sharp features, she gazed thoughtfully, her intense expression hinting at inner turmoil as shadows danced around her. Blue shadows enveloped them as she stood beside him, her red hair highlighting his armored presence while he remained focused, ready for what lay ahead. Surrounded by blue shadows, she offered to accompany him, noting how seldom they ventured out together. In a dimly lit cavern, he urged the group to hurry, while a striking woman with red hair and an impassive expression stood nearby, observing. In the luminous cavern, he watched as the red-haired woman and her companion departed, their silhouettes framed by the glowing blue surroundings. He clenched his teeth in frustration, shadows casting over his face, revealing an intense and determined expression. A group of shadowy figures stood before a massive, swirling portal, tension palpable as they prepared to step into the unknown. As they approached the glowing portal, one character called out, "Bay," while the other, with glasses askew, appeared nervous yet intrigued. Venturing deeper into the eerie cave, one character asked if the barrier had fallen again, while the others followed closely, wary yet determined. As the characters explored the cave, one character wondered if they could leave the way they came. She warned him that in this magical realm, teleportation wouldn't work if he was weaker than a human. Confidently, she assured him they would succeed in retrieving the item, as long as the Lord was with them. She warned him against unnecessary risks, her expression serious and determined. She asked Sister Gloria about her meaning, curiosity evident as tension filled the space. She laughed, talking about the golden coins, assuring him not to worry as everything would work out for him too. He paused, uncertain, asking where to go next, suggesting no issues would arise with them in the official game. She asked if they should separate, her feline features showing curiosity as the blue backdrop intensified the moment. He told her not yet and urged her to use her skill, while she replied yes, Master, amidst the enchanting blue lights. He gracefully reached out his hand, surrounded by vibrant flames, transforming the atmosphere into something intense. She demonstrated her power, wielding a staff that emitted flames and lit up her surroundings. A magical net was summoned by her, creating a dazzling explosion of light, showcasing her mastery over magic. Confidently, she claimed she would find the shortest path to the treasure, her energy illuminating the darkness. He remarked on the arrogance, his red hair framing his cunning expression against the dark background. The sun rose above a landscape of swirling orange and black, casting a mystical glow over the terrain. Small structures glowed faintly amidst the chaotic black and orange landscape, suggesting hidden stories. Two grotesque creatures floated ominously in the darkness, hinting at secrets within the unusual realm. In a mystical setting, a character knelt, holding a glowing staff, focused and surrounded by shimmering light. Gaily anxiously inquired about the labyrinth, while a calm warrior observed her tense expression. She expressed concern about the endless labyrinth, admitting exhaustion and her inability to find him. She expressed doubt about the skill's reach, while another suggested using divination, though uncertain of its accuracy beyond 34%. She proposed splitting up and mentioned her cloning abilities for support. He whispered to Elizabeth, asking if she knew how to tackle the challenge. She remarked that the labyrinth was an illusion, thinking that high-level beings would never escape if they sought its end. He questioned why they shouldn't assist her, wanting to repay a debt, while she opted to watch them fight together. He suggested entering the third cave, believing they might discover what they seek, pointing toward the dark entrance. With red hair and piercing eyes, she gazed intently, her enigmatic expression hinting at hidden secrets. He excitedly inquired how Anya discovered the information, and she calmly said she guessed. He wondered about the special magic from that place, touching his chin in curiosity while his glasses reflected blue light. She expressed frustration, questioning how she missed the magic, believing a skilled magician should not be careless with words. She apologized nervously, expressing her discomfort while standing next to a taller character dressed casually in a mysterious twilight setting. She confidently stated that, although she hadn't discovered the maze's end, her research showed fewer monsters in the last cave, urging everyone to follow. He inquired about her thoughts, and she insisted it would be better to split up. She suggested listening to Heli, indicating that even if they chose the wrong path, returning would be safer. She pleaded with him, asking him to trust her, her eyes showing fierce determination as she tightened her grip. He proposed they venture into the final cave together, his expression showing determination and curiosity. He strongly stated they could go anywhere but not to the last place, his oversized glasses emphasizing his determined expression. He invoked the enchanted doll, holding a doll with red-eyed bunnies, while concern and surprise appeared on his face. The enchanted doll faced a swirling blue portal alone, its back turned, indicating a mix of bravery and apprehension about the unknown. A plush rabbit with X's for eyes skipped playfully, urging others to run amidst the chaotic energy swirling around. The plush rabbit was trapped by a creature with sharp teeth, struggling to escape. He questioned the situation, wondering what was happening as the atmosphere became intense. She explained the parasite typically lived in large monsters, in a mysterious dark setting. She mentioned fewer monsters existed, but he insisted she not discuss exploring the corpse's belly. She suggested leaving them and moving forward, her red hair flowing in the mystical blue. He nervously suggested she go first, brushing his hair in the enchanting blue atmosphere. He followed her, expressing doubt about their path as Elizabeth led into the blue cavern. She proposed using a clone to gather information, but he remained uncertain about the idea. He thought there was no need for that, realizing the choice wouldn't be easy. He declared they would pursue them, with a determined companion and a shadowy figure. A glowing yellow eye emerged, revealing a mysterious creature hidden in the shadows, its presence both intriguing and unsettling. He confidently asked if everything was resolved, standing firm with his glowing blue weapon against the dark backdrop. He expressed concern about the continuous appearance of monsters, showing no signs of stopping, while the girl listened, her torch lighting the surroundings. Elizabeth stood with confidence, her red hair flowing, as the boy anxiously asked if it was safe, while another boy clutched her shirt from behind. Elizabeth, with her striking red hair and fierce expression, coldly remarked that pretending was extremely terrible. With intensity, she blamed him, stating it was his fault, the cave he chose was filled with monsters. She informed him that a higher concentration of magic attracted more monsters, reminding him that as a mage, he should be aware of this. She understood the situation well, with her demon spirit's unique powers, he should have known this. She warned him before encountering the monsters. She urged him to calm down, but he felt frustrated, declaring himself truly evil. He assured her it was an honor to accompany her, exuding confidence in his armor, while she seemed slightly anxious. She questioned why a woman had misrepresented her and disrespected her master, showing her frustration. She asked why they couldn't pause for a moment after the long battle, while another woman silently understood, her gaze reflecting tension. She stated that the queen had no spare time, her demeanor serious due to her responsibilities. She questioned why the other woman wasn't on the front lines if she was so capable, showing her confidence. He urged her to listen, suggesting a rest, mentioning that elven herbs would help their recovery. He asked if she wanted to try it, and she replied she had never used it and wanted to. He expressed uncertainty about the taste and wondered if it might inspire new dishes. She thought about his good meals and now wanted something ordinary, agreeing to try it. The fire illuminated the wooden planks beneath it, casting warm hues as the flames danced. In the dim cave, shadows played as the fire flickered, illuminating figures seeking warmth from the darkness. Gloria expressed her excitement over the exceptional green light, feeling rejuvenated yet unsure about the duration of the treasure hunt. A hand radiated vibrant green energy, displaying a shimmering potion in a floating bottle, indicating its magical potential. A confident elf introduced her special elven potion, asserting it could restore all stats, subtly questioning its necessity for him. He sternly reminded Gloria to maintain politeness, his intense gaze cutting through the atmosphere. She responded affirmatively, addressing him as "Sir," her expression showing concern against the striking blue backdrop. She focused intently on the glowing potion, her determined expression suggesting the significance of the moment. With a fierce gaze, she held the glowing potion tightly, an aura of power emanating as she prepared to use it. With a playful grin, he presented a glowing potion, teasing Elizabeth about her potential complaints. With a mischievous expression, he triumphantly displayed a glowing green potion, clearly relishing the moment. With a mischievous grin, he took a sip from the glowing green potion, enjoying the taste amidst a playful blue polka dot background. He commented on the potion's overpowering herbal taste and asked Anya if she wanted it. He expressed gratitude to his brother, noting that he hadn't used much magical power, so there was no need to continue. She criticized some individuals for their lack of understanding and wasting ingredients. She confidently poured a glowing green liquid, stating she would expel him. With clenched fists, she aggressively questioned the meaning of being expelled, standing against a purple background. She questioned his words seriously, her red hair contrasting with a shadowy backdrop. He calmly assured her he had something important, saying he would find it and ensure no one was harmed. He showcased a bunch of bananas with confidence against a vibrant setting, highlighted by large text. One character expressed appreciation for the opportunity to share something important, while another in armor listened with curiosity. A character holding a banana smiled in gratitude, while another nearby observed with curiosity, her cat-like traits subtly evident. He offers an apple, joking that bananas are no longer available, while she considers if she wants it. Holding an apple, he asks if she will truly give it to him. With worried eyes, he asks why she is upset over an apple, his expression showing concern. He inquires if he can share the apple with his siblings, noting the orphans haven't had fresh fruit for a while. Smiling, he assures her he will collect plenty of apples as soon as he returns home. He dismisses the idea, questioning who would want rotten fruit. She confidently claims nothing compares to her poison, holding a strange fruit. Holding a banana, he suggests eating it and promises to treat them after finding the treasure. They eat bananas while exploring a cave, anticipating a feast upon finding the treasure. She enjoys the banana, savoring its sweetness. Surprise appeared on their faces, eyes widened, and they momentarily froze in response to an unexpected revelation. He shouted, "Bananas," in excitement, as two colorful flowers stood nearby, enjoying the bright sunlight. Amidst vibrant feathers, she inquired about their location, while he displayed confidence and his muscular physique. A character with clawed feet stepped forward, their movement producing a squeaking sound, surrounded by bright bananas. Set against vibrant bananas, a character held a microphone, their actions accompanied by squeaky sounds, eager for attention. 3 crickets in suits sang and danced energetically among colorful bananas, urging everyone to join the fun. In a lively banana setting, a dapper cricket with a microphone announced their intention to dance samba, full of excitement. A glamorous figure invited everyone to dance samba, letting go of disappointment with confidence amid cheerful bananas. Encouraging everyone to dance samba and release negative emotions, a glamorous figure radiated confidence among cheerful bananas. Dressed in vibrant colors, a glamorous figure urged everyone to dance samba and shed bad emotions, exuding confidence within a lively banana backdrop. A character adorned in colorful feathers, exuding confidence, encourages everyone to dance samba and shake off sadness, embodying joy with a banana in hand. Banana motifs swirl as a character joyfully stomps, causing sparkling leaves to scatter in a lively scene. Amidst vibrant banana patterns, a feathered character commands attention, rallying others to express emotions energetically. In a colorful setting, a feathered figure inspires others to release negative emotions and celebrate joy through dance. With vibrant wings and an enchanting presence, she urges everyone to dance freely, shedding troubles and expressing liberation. Surrounded by giant, vibrant bananas, a trio stands joyfully, embracing a whimsical atmosphere filled with lively music and colors. Looking puzzled, he inquires if it represents something. She responds knowingly, understanding his intentions. Confused, he questions, "What?" as a soft glow surrounds him, indicating a power boost. Surprised and uncertain, he asks what's happening, while she confidently states her magic level increases. Excitedly, he exclaims about the performance by the fire, while she sits calmly beside him. He shared his interest in witnessing the culture and customs of another world, particularly the centaur dance. He appeared resolute, reflecting on the imminent challenges and the necessity to advance in the game despite the risk of death. She expressed confusion, wondering about the sudden increase in magic levels while her friend appeared surprised. Thoughtfully adjusting his glasses, he remarked that the change was due to consuming Brother Lupina's bananas. She questioned the significance of the bananas, speculating if they were soaked in holy water. He inquired angrily about the banana's impact on magical strength and whether he had reached the level of a 2-star demon spirit. Surprised, he questioned the banana's magical properties, noting a description of magical strength levels, including 2-star demon spirits. Astonished, he realized he had advanced 3 levels to become a 3-star great demon spirit, finding it incredible. He confidently asked Lord Lei Ping about the source of the bananas, standing in his armor against a mystical backdrop. Cross-legged and puzzled, he observed faint images of himself floating around, questioning his experience. He appeared concerned, sweat on his face, as he pondered the situation. He looked up with a slight smile, feeling pressure and considering the question, thinking they were just ordinary bananas. He looked up with a slight frown, feeling pressure and questioning, ordinary bananas? Impossible. He smiled widely, realizing, right. This is hybrid culture. His excitement showed his enthusiasm for new concepts. He asked for trust, explaining that in this magical world, only here could he use such a productive method. She mentioned that since the Lord confirmed its effectiveness, they should eat them to upgrade their level while sitting under the starry night. She eagerly tasted the snack, her eyes wide with excitement, as an electric thrill filled the air beneath the shimmering sky. A monstrous character loomed ominously, its grotesque skin glowing eerily, invoking dread as it stood silently. She grimaced in disgust, exclaiming the banana was revolting, while holding it firmly, ready to retaliate against its unexpected presence. She gazed intently, eyes wide behind round glasses, realizing it was synchronization. While holding a glowing object, she realized his knowledge was extensive. He remarked her kindness was excessive, attributing it to books. He stood in armor, contemplating synchronization's meaning, surrounded by a dim glow, questioning its importance. He believed magical books noted that special treasures must be used under specific conditions for desired effects. He thought bananas should be used simultaneously by at least 3 people. The woman accused the man of pretending ignorance, questioning how he could explain what he witnessed. He apologized, admitting ignorance, his oversized glasses reflecting his confusion in the dim light. She mused that if human strength didn't surpass treasures, it was just ordinary, as he ate a banana. She warned him not to look at her like that, her red eyes intense against the dark. He panicked, exclaiming, "Oh, forgive me, forgive me." His wild hair and expressive eyes reflected urgency in the dark. He angrily suggested it might be due to his magic, an effect that had built up and suddenly appeared, creating tension in the dark. He asked their leader if he could share fruits from his backpack, illustrating the trust they placed in him. He smiled, mentioning he would gladly share his stash with them. He reached into his bag, excited to offer a selection of colorful fruits. He sat cross-legged, tossing a glowing fruit playfully. He expressed surprise when she said she would collect it later, as the fire illuminated the area. She proposed regrouping when ready, her confident stance noted, as two others stayed behind in the dim light. He apologized for the delay, promising introductions when possible. He assured them all was well, suggesting they proceed while he would join later. One character questioned why they wouldn't go together. He called to the girl to hurry, while another agreed to meet later. 3 characters, a dark-haired boy, a girl with long red hair, and a small boy, entered a shadowy tunnel, looking serious. The girl with red hair whispered a plan to gather a backpack, her intense look showing determination in the shadows. He wonders if they conceal something far more valuable, maintaining a focused demeanor. He reassures his companion that it's not time to worry yet, his serious face lit by the dim surroundings. A woman with red hair walks away confidently, carrying a bag, thinking about something precious belonging to a distant clan. A character with a smirk considers a recent offer from one of the major kingdoms, intrigued by the potential reward for information. A sinister character grins at the thought of using the princess to gain power over the kingdom of Aristotela. A dark silhouette plans to seize the princess, aiming to use the opportunity for his ambitions. A character, shrouded in darkness, prepares to exploit the moment, his intentions evident. An armored character stands confidently, laughing triumphantly, as a dark shadow looms behind. A sweet aroma fills the air, causing 4 girls, each with different expressions, to feel guilty about their actions. 3 girls reach toward a mysterious figure, their hands on his back. One of them whispers, "Gentlemen," adding to the playful tension. In the deep labyrinth, red eyes glowed ominously within dark blue shadows, hinting at nearby danger. The Shadow Wolf leader appeared, its red eyes piercing through the shadows, representing lurking danger. Its growl echoed menacingly, red eyes illuminating the shadows, revealing imminent danger ahead. Elizabeth noted the increasing darkness, pondering if this was truly the labyrinth's exit. She confidently explained the labyrinth was an illusion, assuring they were nearing their destination. She boldly reiterated the illusion of the labyrinth, affirming their proximity to the destination. He felt uneasy as his brother sensed an approach, prompting him to ask, "What?" while standing in the dim corridor. A powerful wave surged, as 2 figures braced for impact, aware of the approaching danger. He gasped for breath, struggling with the mist as he murmured, "KXA. KXA," battling the swirling clouds. Standing on a wooden platform, he was cloaked in mist, with swirling clouds around his feet, highlighting his presence. He apologized for the wait, standing confidently on his horse against a blue backdrop. In the boat, 4 women sat closely, their faces showing embarrassment, each absorbed in her own thoughts as water splashed around. He apologized for his lateness, rubbing his forehead with a backdrop of twinkling stars behind him. He offered to assist for the rest of the journey, embracing the princess warmly as the atmosphere shifted to mystery and loyalty. He smiled, suggesting she could ride on his back if she wanted, creating a friendly and playful atmosphere. She confidently stated he wasn't good enough to take her away, her striking blue appearance standing out against the dark background. Her blue hand gripped the edge firmly, showing determination and resolve against deep shadows. Her blue hair framed her face as she questioned angrily how someone could be so foolish, surrounded by a blue glow. A dark silhouette loomed, features obscured, as a green character brought intensity to the atmosphere, suggesting imminent action. A dark figure lay on the ground, blood pooling, while 2 characters stared in shock, the atmosphere filled with disbelief. Fear marked their faces as tension rose in the chaotic environment. He looked up, noticing suspended stones in the blue light, reflecting wonder and uncertainty. He gazed downward, feeling a chill as shadows of eerie creatures whispered about their hidden nature. Fearful, he questioned the strange creature above, as shadows intensified the eerie setting. Horrified, he stared at the grotesque creature above, its grin exposing sharp teeth amidst the surrounding darkness. Figures stood still in the dim cavern as a threatening pink light approached, instilling dread. A character in a dark cavern was entranced by the terrifying pink glow of an entity with a jagged mouth. His gaze was intense, with eyes emitting an ominous pink light, reflecting an unsettling aura. She stood confidently, red hair flowing as a vivid explosion of color captured the moment's intensity. A child sat terrified on the ground, holding their head and declaring that doom was upon them. A character with long pink hair and a child quickly moved away, their expressions indicating urgency in the dark blue atmosphere. Elizabeth stood calmly as he clung to her, desperately asking what to do next with their lives in danger. Elizabeth's somber expression reflected on the trial of human nature, allowing selfish beings to coexist and endure one another. A character held a fiery, ornate weapon, its surface glowing with heat and energy, ready for battle. She empowered her glowing shield weapon, determination evident as transformation, shield blade, appeared above her. She summoned a magical shield, energy illuminating her face, as magical shield signified her power. Dark energy struck down as she faced the threat, standing strong with her allies, ready to counter the sinister forces. With wide eyes, he expressed surprise, wondering how to proceed in the unexpected situation. With a confident smile, he reassured them, certain they would find a way to protect themselves. Frustrated and concerned, he questioned who still needed their help, as their cooperation ended. With a sly smile, she playfully invited him to come closer, hinting at an exciting surprise. Determined, she shouted, "Jelly," as the ground erupted behind her, splintering under immense force. Two robotic fish darted through the crimson backdrop, their glossy surfaces reflecting shards of light as they navigated the chaotic scene. A fierce battle unfolded with a warrior wielding his glowing sword against a monstrous creature, poised to strike with its fearsome jaws. Electric energy radiated from the warrior's clenched fist as he lifted his glowing sword, preparing for a decisive strike amidst chaos. Electricity crackled around him as he unleashed a powerful sword strike, embodying the essence of a lightning flash, filled with intensity. He declared his capability as he faced a fierce dragon, ready for battle in a fiery atmosphere. She unleashed a powerful shield strike, flames erupting around her, showcasing her determination and strength. He lunged forward, blades drawn, as shadows twisted around him, revealing his focus and deadly intent. She unleashed her assassin technique, brandishing her glowing blades as a monstrous shadow loomed behind her, intensifying the confrontation. He knelt, clutching his bleeding hand from a recent injury, sensing urgency around him. She expressed frustration about endless adversaries, fearing they might perish in the struggle. A massive creature lunged at her, its mouth wide, causing her to feel panic and disbelief. He cast a powerful lightning strike, illuminating the scene, stunning an opponent with its impact. A character lay on the shattered ground, surrounded by dark blood and lightning, signifying defeat and chaos after the battle. She contemplated their true nature, questioning if she wanted to continue the journey with them. He considered the uncertain nature of the world and wondered if farming was his true calling. She instructed him to prepare for a confrontation, considering if it was time to reveal their true selves. She led him forward, instructing him to follow, her confidence contrasting with his anxiety. As shadows loomed over them, she guided the children forward, their expressions anxious against the red sky. She gazed intently through her glasses, a red light glowing in her eye, suggesting a hint of power. A small blue bunny with button eyes leaped joyfully into the air, surrounded by fluffy clouds, exclaiming excitement. Holding a stuffed bunny tightly, he looked confused and asked what happened, his oversized glasses reflecting surprise against the dark backdrop. He called Anya to come closer while another boy stood by, looking uncertain yet attentive in the dark atmosphere. She stared at the glowing portal, her hand poised as if ready to make a choice, the vibrant blue light illuminating her determined expression. She gazed calmly, her crimson hair framing her face, as she spoke in a mysterious language, suggesting hidden knowledge. Before them, a dark portal shimmered ominously, as the trio stood united, ready to face the unknown. He realized the exit was a hidden giant door, standing with wide eyes alongside his nervous friend, both facing the eerie portal. He stood nervously with his friend, both gazing at the towering mysterious door slowly opening, revealing a bright light. He urged his friends to hurry as his character was illuminated by the radiant light pouring from the open door. Two characters exchange intense gazes, their eyes filled with determination and conflict amidst contrasting light and shadow. He firmly grasps the younger boy's shoulder, urging him to follow as they head toward the bright opening, conveying urgency and adventure. Sunlight spills onto the wooden floor as he steps forward, casting long shadows and signaling a new beginning. He swiftly swings his weapon, blue energy swirling as he battles the pink, electric creatures. With blood on his face, he urgently calls for his team to rush behind him and hold their position against the threat. Covered in dirt and blood, the warrior fiercely stares at the mysterious character behind him, who stands confidently amidst the chaos. The warrior reflects on the enemy's arrogance, believing they can abandon them in this chaotic moment. A majestic crown lies atop a mountain of coins amidst the shimmering golden treasure, reflecting the promise of wealth and power. In a vast cavern of gold, two characters stand amidst glittering treasures, their eyes reflecting the allure of untold wealth and adventure.